Together with Earle Sports Bets, yeah, the twins, they be checking in. Stacking up, green is the scene that you're stepping in. Winning is a trend, and we stay making dollars. Nerd talk with the sports bet scholars. Yeah, it's R.I.P. to the bookies. R.I.P. to the bookies. R.I.P. to the bookies. R.I.P. to the bookies.
We are live. Welcome back to another edition of the Earle Sports Bet Show. My name is Nicholas Earle. Tim will be on here in just a couple minutes. He just had a couple things to do this morning, so he'll be in a couple minutes. But we have a full card for you guys today. 13 games in the MLB, 7 in the NBA, 10 in the NHL. I've already moved on 4 NHL plays, all chalk, but 4 favorites I like for today in the NHL. And I've moved on 1 play in the MLB as well. But before we get into today's games, before we get into today's slate, quick recap of yesterday. Slight down day, down half a unit. So nothing I'm going to lose sleep over. First 5 under 4.5. So close in that Minnesota White Sox game. That was just a brutal beat. Chris Paddock gives up 9 runs. I didn't know that was possible for a starting pitcher to give up 9 runs in 3 innings against the Chicago White Sox. But hey, stop the count now. It's the first place Chicago White Sox right now, tied up top the league, atop the division. Let's ignore that they're tied with 2 other teams, with the Royals and the Guardians.
Now I'll put them up top real quick. The White Sox have the best starting ERA in baseball.
Oh yeah, they've yet to give
0.
Yeah, they've yet to give up a run. That's starting pitching, and that bullpen's not bad either. So hey, the White Sox, there's going to be a lot of value on this team. The White Sox going forward, because they are nowhere near as bad as they were last year, which we all kind of expected. I mean, it's tough to repeat a 41-loss season, but unfortunately lost that one there. How about first 5 overs continuing in Baltimore games? That game that cashed in the top of the second inning, and it was a 5. It was 4-2 in the at mid 2, and that was a nice winner there. Philly run line for the cash cow, never in doubt. They were down 1-0 heading into the bottom of the 7th. I wish I grabbed them live, but hey, it is what it is. Texas first 5, that may be a candidate for. Actually, no, I bet the under in the Yankee game the other day. A candidate for worst wager I've had yet. The Rangers first 5 there. They lost the first 5 6-0. They lost the game 14-3, and they scored all 3 of their runs in the 8th and the 9th inning. So it was 14-0 at one point. There, Angels first 5. Of course, they win the game full game. That was annoying there, but it is what it is. Giants first 5 gets the job done. The Guardians do not. Guardians struggling a little bit. Actually, they're 2-2. What am I saying? But they get pounded by the best team. No, actually, the Dodgers still exist. I was going to say the best team in baseball with the Padres right now, but the Dodgers still exist, and they're minus 130 today in their game. So I don't know if that's the ultimate trap or just free money, which we'll get into that game a little bit later. I believe that's the last baseball game we'll cover there. NBA for me was a slight up day. 1 second. Let me adjust, mute my mic and turn off my sound because Tim's coming in. All right. We good?
I'm setting up now. We're good.
We're good. Cool. Let's get, the NBA yesterday for me was a 2-1 day. Lost with the Orlando Magic, plus the 3. They win 110-106 against Utah at minus 115. And then I took the Brooklyn Nets plus 9.5 against Dallas. How about they went outright? That was a nice one there. And NHL was split out. Lost my dog. Cashed my favorite. Flyers, money line. Just continuing to ride with Philly until they lose a game. Pretty plain simple. I'm 3-0 backing them after the step down of John Tortorella. And then the other game, I got to take a look back because I feel like I've lost like 4 or 5 consecutive shootouts The Wild lose the shootout plus 140 against the New Jersey Devils. So I need to go back and look to see, because I feel like I have the worst luck right now for shootouts. It is what it is, I guess. But yeah, yesterday down half a unit for me. I've already locked in 4 plays in the NHL and 1 in the MLB.
Yeah, we only had 5 MLB plays up on the site. We didn't put anything else up yesterday, which is just fine. We had, what was it yesterday? We had the under in the White Sox game, which if you told me that the White Sox allowed 0 runs the entire game, I said, okay, good.
How much did it win by?
How much did it win by?
It lost.
It did not win. We had the over in the Baltimore game, which was a winner. We had the cash cow with Philly. And then the 2 plays that I had, because I did listen to the rest of the stream while driving to work. And I did put up the Guardians and the Athletics. The Athletics were just so close. They lose 18-3. If I was not doing the experiment every single day, Nick, that would have been 100% a Cubs spot. Cubs coming off of allowing 8 runs in the bottom of the 8th, the previous game, to lose to Arizona.
Fun little stat, by the way, with that game. Carson Kelly, the catcher for the Chicago Cubs, has hit for the cycle before Rafael Devers has gotten a hit yet this year.
Devers will be just fine.
And also, Ryan Nelson has more hits than who do you call it, Devers right now.
Devers will be just fine.
Oh, he'll be fine.
I know everybody's joking around about he'll be just fine.
Oh yeah, I'm not worried about Devers in the slightest.
So it was a slight down day. I'll quickly mention the Mets 10-4 win. Alonso with the grand slam. I will say one thing I was a little bit frustrated with that, Nick. It happened just as good as I was getting back from break. I had the game on while I walked all the way to produce. I end up turning off the game at 3-2 count.
Oh.
The next pitch, I go do something, go back and check. Grand slam, like I missed it by a pitch.
Oh.
That it was good to see, but rough to see. Even Terrens gets involved, and Nimmo gets his first home run. Lindor,
I had Nimmo part of my leg yesterday.
I had Alonso part of my leg. I got 2 out of 4 with my leg.
Same, because I also got my longest odd ones too. Max Kepler.
I got Schwarbaum,
Mike Trout, and Tyler O'Neill.
Tyler O'Neill and Bobby Witt killed mine, but ended up being a good day yesterday. Not a good day. It ended up being a down day yesterday. We went 2-3 on the site.
Yeah,
but on to today, and ready to roll.
Yeah, head over to the chat and we'll get into today's games.
Tasty morsels of Lay's, Bees money line, and Blues -1.5. Blue Jackets and Kings both puck lined. Utah and Vegas both puck lined. Florida and Senators and Islanders.
I'm glad to see the 4 teams I've bet are all part of your list as well. I'm with you and I got all 4 of them on the -1 line. St. Louis Blues, Utah Hockey Club, Ottawa Senators, Florida Panthers. And I'm looking at the Islanders first period as well. That was another play I'm kind of leaning towards, especially with it being a short-term event spot and just how they've gone off to bad starts as of late. They're back at home. Maybe that's a good spot for them to start off quick against the Lightning. We'll see. But yeah, I'm on all 4 of my bets are part of your list there. Love to see it.
Mm-hmm. What's up, Nicholas Handy? Down 3 units from yesterday, so lucky I had 3 live bets on the White Sox game and that cashed and saved me.
Hell yeah.
Also, Lakers money line and Nets money line live bets.
I live bet the Mets when Otto Lopez hit the home run. I got him at -125, and then that was as easy as it gets.
By the way, here is the contest.
Yes.
Baseball contest. If you're a true supporter of the channel, I'm just focusing on one person that I see later on in the chat. If you're a true supporter of the channel, you'll join it. If not, you'll shut up. 5-0 on live bets, but still down day since MLB was brutal for me. We got to bounce back. Yep, we do. It's all about the Nets money line. There you go. I have a grand show as always, guys. You too, Isaacs. AHL bet on
Wow.
the Canucks.
Abbotsford.
Just bet White Sox 70+ wins, $135 to win $1,200.
Ooh. Okay. I said 60 wins. I'm going to stick to 60 and 102 for the White Sox this year. But yeah, I mean, I'm pro White Sox. I will run the agenda all year long. The White Sox are not the worst team in baseball.
Had to avoid Rockies' first 5. LA has woken up. Yeah, LA
The torpedo bat.
Yeah. What's that?
Liberation Eve Day? I have no idea what you're talking about.
Cool. 10446. That's not the real 446. I'm not counting it. I would like to say good job by 446, but I don't really care. You didn't win the contest. Do you know why?
You never entered it.
You never entered the contest. You can't win a contest you didn't enter. Shut the fuck up. Actually, you don't have a bracket, which means 446 bet the AHL. Yeah. No, I have $1,000 worth in tickets. That counts. Not towards our contest. Big day for me yesterday. I had Mets, Phillies, Dodgers parlay.
Can we talk about the Braves are 0-5?
Isn't it beautiful?
I love it. It's great. I don't care if I lose my bet on them to win the division. It's beautiful to see that team struggle. They deserve it.
You should have joined the contest, but one of your minions might actually know more than you.
Ooh.
What up, boys? What's up, Robert? Dodgers money line, Braves team total under cash. What up, Rob? Wasn't there a player on the Mets team using a torpedo bat?
Lindor.
Lindor has one. I don't think he's used it.
He has.
He has?
A few times.
Okay. What the heck happened to the Twins? The Twins suck.
They might suck. They might just suck.
But do you know who the worst team in baseball is?
The Atlanta Braves.
The Milwaukee Brewers.
No.
They allowed 47. No. They've allowed 47 runs in 4 games. I'm sorry. And you know what? It might not be the torpedo bats because even the Royals were doing it to them.
The Mets broke that team.
Yeah. I wanted to join the contest. Too easy for me. I don't know. No, that's not.
You can't say that if you've never won one.
Nope. You can't do that. Nope.
I refuse.
I think next game I'll go. Will be at the end of the month versus the Blue Crew. There you go. Oh, ask questions about college basketball. Any questions? Just ask me. I'm the expert.
Picking all the 1 seeds does not make you an expert.
Supness back in the US of A. There you go. Tiny Tim just winked at 446. No, I was saying that all of our true supporters are in the contest. So if you're a true supporter, you would actually join the free contest. Okay. 446, you heard. MLB plays in a text area box. What about the rules? Put them in.
Put in your plays. If you're going to do parlays, it's a max of 2 legs. Because I've had one person do that.
They don't know politics. Okay, yeah, no, I don't.
We talk sports here.
No, we talk sports. Love it. Braves ass. I love it. I love it too. Recap MLB contest. We will in a minute.
Yes.
Tell him, Timmy. Yes. Braves are completely lost. I watched them. Can't hit for shit.
And yet they're like plus 115 in LA today. I get it. It's Dustin May versus Chris Sale, but
I kind of want to take the Dodgers.
I don't know what to do with that game. It's either the biggest trap or the biggest free money. I don't know what it is yet.
I'm going to say it's free money. What up, my guys? Let's get those cash today. Hit the like button, people. Show some appreciation. Subscribe and share. Timmy, you know the rest of the same. My dog. MLB, baby. Value. It's the player, not the bat. And there's a bunch of statistics behind it. I was listening to a video today, and it's a lot of the players that have
problem with hitting it on the label.
It's more barrel percentage.
Yes.
So, you think they suck out loud? The Braves? Yes. Tigers, good win yesterday. Good Detroit.
Great win.
Great win for the Tigers.
By the Tigers yesterday.
You lost versus me in the contest. You weren't even top 3. They did They did it for us just to repay them by playing. Yeah, that's all we're doing. We want to have fun with baseball season. Put in some damn plays. Like, we just want to have fun. And you're making it annoying. I hope I did good yesterday in the contest.
I think you were down a little.
Scariest thing last night is that Glass now looked tremendous. Dodgers might go 162 now.
You never know.
Yeah,
when are the Dodgers going to lose a baseball game?
Lightning to kick the crud out of the Islanders today. Didn't they just play?
They just played them, and I'm leaning Islanders first period for that game because I don't trust this team for a full 60 minutes. But when you get out to a start like they did against the Lightning in that game, when they were down 3-0 at the end of the first period, and they actually came back and made it close. They made it 4-3 before the empty netter. So I'm kind of leaning Isles first period, but I don't know if I'm going to bet it or not.
No, that's not the saying. No, that's not it, Tim. That's not my saying. You're saying. Yeah, I know. You say NBA, but there's no value in NBA.
No, NBA is trash.
What's plus 300? No. Are you actually going to start the contest? When you put it in, put your entire 44630 of 3 so that
when you put in your name, put in Mr. Numbers.
Yeah,
put in Mr. Numbers, please.
So that we know it's actually you. He's annoying. 446, yes, he is. Agree. I don't understand why people didn't think Glasnow would not perform. I never said that.
I was leading Dodgers yesterday. They were just too expensive for me, honestly.
OKC almost won by G's. They been demolishing teams all year.
Yeah.
I'm just worried with them when it gets to playoff time because they're not experienced.
They are experienced. They played last year. So I think this is the year that they can make a run to the championship, OKC, and win the whole thing. But yeah.
I mean, let's start the breakdown. No, let's start with you joining the contest and be a real supporter. Bad loss for Dallas, losing to the Nets. They better hope they get in.
Yeah.
OKC won by 30.
Let's quickly recap the baseball contest real quick, and then we'll get into today's card. We have still untouchable in first place, but took a big hit yesterday, up 4.59 units. Nicholas Handy in second place. The person who's putting plays under the name 446 is actually 3-0. Occupancy is 8-7, up a unit. Neil 1-0. Craig Wood is 1-1. John Boy is 2-3. Markel 0-1. 446 is scared is minus 0-1. I am 19-18-1, down 2.33 units. Robert is 19-23, down 5.71. Coyote is 15-21-1, down 6.64. Tim bringing up the rear, 13-20, down 7.
I got to pull a rich strike. What can I say?
Yeah. And one thing I also want to preface with today, keep an eye on the date. People are going to, and don't believe crazy stuff you see on Twitter, because people are going to post that all day long. I've already seen it in some of my group chats and stuff like that. One person said that one player is out for the remainder of the year in hockey and stuff along those lines. So don't believe what you see. Don't believe what you say, what people say today, because most of the time they're just trying to do some April Fool's crap. So, and here at ESB, we don't believe in that, and we're not going to partake in that. So, no. You ready to get today started?
Let's do it.
All right, let's get to it. We got some Poland Plus Liga quarterfinal action here for some volleyball. Here we have Politech Nikita Lubin taking on Molostal Kedzierdzin, the 4 versus the 5 seed in this one here. Kind of interesting to see these two teams match up and to see the 5 seed be favored over the 4 seed. I kind of feel like Molostal kind of underachieved a little bit this year, which is putting them in the.
For sure.
I'm joking. Okay. We good here?
Yeah, we're good.
All right, cool. Let's get it started. Yeah. I'm
go to the chat.
Can we go? Yeah.
Go to the chat. Oh shoot, there's a lot more. Because I respect them, I give respect. No. Win the play in the contest. No more of that shit. Because they don't want to see Golden State, Chef, and Co have way more experience. That's not true. Even though, nope, I do not want to hear about you winning if you're not joining the contest. Hey, I've been down there, had the biggest comeback. Let's do it. Huh? I'm out of here. How come I was never asked to join the group chat, Nick?
because we have respectable cappers in there.
I was so confused. I like it. This is a good one. Oh, man. Rapid fire so we can get to the good part of the show. We're about to get to the good part of the show because we are starting with some baseball.
And we get a good old-fashioned ace-off in this one here, Tim. We get Sandy Alcantara taking on Kenta Maeda in this. No, Kodai Senga. Wow.
Different Japanese pitcher.
Different. Who do you call it? Senga's Korean.
Yes, he is.
We have Senga making his first start of the season. In spring training, he was okay. He made one start last year in the regular season. He made 3 appearances in the postseason. So not really much to go off of for Kodai Senga. On the flip side, we have Sandy Alcantara pitching to get out of Miami. And I actually did make a move on this game last night, and I did a free pick video for it. Sandy Alcantara in his first appearance went 4 2/3 innings pitched, gave up 2 earned runs on 2 hits, 4 walks, 91 pitches. So he's kind of stretched out. 91 pitches on an opening day for someone coming off of TJ.
Yeah,
only Sandy Alcantara.
Oh, yeah.
Struck out 7 there as well against the Pittsburgh Pirates. And let's take a look at the line history in this one. That's one thing I forgot to bring up because I want to see if it's moved in my direction here in this spot. Because we have this line opening up. Mets minus 170. Now it's 155. All right. And line open up 7.5 minus 105. It's now 7.5 and minus 115. Move towards the over here as well. That caught me off guard last night. Those lines moved towards the over. It kind of tells me Senga could be a little vulnerable in this game. Because I think Sandy pitches fine. 94% of the tickets, 93% of the cash is on the over. The line's moving towards the over. 89% of tickets, 97% of the cash is on the Mets in this game. The line's moving towards the Marlins. Now, the Mets last night, they gave up their first 2 runs. The bullpen gave up the first 2 runs of the season in garbage time last night in the 9th inning. Previous to that, they didn't give up a single run that entire Houston series, the bullpen. And when I was looking at this pitching matchup here, I don't really know what to expect from Kodai Senga. He can go out there and he should shove. But with that being said, I can see the Marlins getting to him for a run or 2, and I think that'll be enough with Sandy. And I did cut this down. I did cut this game down because I only want Sandy Alcantara for this bet. That's all I want. That's why I took the first 5 with Miami at the +0.5 at minus 125 last night. And I'm gonna take a look here. I got that over on BetMGM. It is now minus 140. That +0.5. So that line's definitely moved in my favor. At this point, you probably have to play just the first 5 money line instead of just the first 5 +0.5. But I think at the very worst, Miami is tied at the end of 5 innings in this game. I think Sandy comes out and pitches well, similar to what we saw Framber Valdez do, similar to what we saw Spencer Arrighetti do. We've seen this top echelon of pitchers that the Mets have had to face all year so far. Valdez, Hunter Brown, Spencer Arrighetti, which I think could be very good this year. They had an off day yesterday with Cal Quantrill, but then they get Sandy Alcantara. They've faced 4 top 50 pitchers in baseball, I'd like to say, so far this season, including 2 of the best in baseball, Valdez and now Sandy today. I think Sandy pitches well in this spot. I got the Marlins in the first 5 at +0.5. Also, if you're looking for a player prop in this game, new dad power, Lindor. First game back after his wife just had their newborn son. So that's something if you like that angle as well. But I'm on the Marlins here in the first 5, +0.5.
I will say, Sandy Alcantara hasn't pitched well against the Mets. You look at his last. I know this is going to go back to 2022.
Yeah,
but you look at his last 4 starts versus the Mets. 7 innings, 6 hits, 4 earned runs. He had 1 good start, 7 innings, 6 hits, no earned runs. Last 2 starts, 5 innings, 8 hits, 4 runs. 5 2/3, 3 hits, 3 runs. I think the Mets can hit him. I think the Mets are able to hit against Alcantara. And on the opposite side, I think Kodai Senga gives up a couple. I think 7.5 is too low a total. I like the over here. And I could easily see this game being 4-3 after 5 innings or something in that nature. And then
I think the line moving towards the over is kind of telling as well.
I think this game goes over. And that's how I'm going to start off my day. Is I'm going to be taking the over in in this game. So over 7.5 minus 110 is how I'm going to start.
I could see that maybe a fish team total in this one as well. I don't know what to. I think Senga could struggle early in the year before he gets adjusted because he took a long time to like work through spring training. And it's 3.5 plus 110 over on Bovada for those who are looking at that fish team total. But yeah, that's not a bad look either.
I think I'm going to end up putting the over up on the site. I think it's a good start. Would I be a respectable capper? Yes, you're a respectable capper. You actually joined the contest. Shake my head. Oh my god, I was about to scream at
It's
them
volleyball.
for some. It's volleyball.
It's volleyball.
Mets, money Markel, what up? Well, Lindor get a hit today? Yes.
Yes.
Mets team total over 4.5.
I can see that. I think a live bet would be best for that. If you're interested in that, I think that they can get to the Marlins bullpen more than they would Sandy Alcantara.
Mets need speed. Nope. Mets run line. Yes. I would look towards the Mets run line here. Miami first 5 3-way money line.
I don't hate that at all. I don't.
I could kind of see that. Yeah. Wow, fake Mets fan Nick picking the fish. Earls are frauds.
No, I'm a capper. I bet on and against my teams. I'll bet on or against anybody. I've done that with any sport. Look back at my track history. I don't care, fandom or not. I know when to back my team. I know when to fade my team. And I think this is a spot where only first 5, though. I still think the Mets can win this game, and they can get to the Marlins bullpen. But I like Sandy in the first 5 innings.
Miami Marlins money line. No. Mets are taking the Marlins to Pound Town. I'm not high on these Mets. We know a lot of people don't like the Mets. And I can't wait for them to get proven wrong. Mets money line in the over. Yes. Lindor home run. Yes. If it was soccer, I would actually be excited. I picked against the Sox, and I'm not a fake Sox fan.
Yes. You're allowed to bet against your team and not be a fake fan. That's, yeah.
But as long as you know, it's not always about the money, Spider-Man.
Yeah.
It's about the Mets, baby. Love the Mets. Let's go Mets. So if you rather win money than your team winning, you are not a real fan. That or hear me out, you're paying for your team to win. You pay for your team to win.
Or if you're a fan of the team, you should know them better than most. And you should know when a matchup they will struggle in potentially is going to happen and things along those lines. I think they struggle against Sandy. I do. And maybe I might be wrong. I'll be happy to be wrong. And here's the also thing. I'm not betting on the Mets to lose this game. I'm betting on this game to be tied at the end of 5 innings, basically.
Yeah.
I'm taking a +0.5.
Fraudness. You're an idiot.
Okay, sure. I'm a fraud.
Depends on the situation. Exactly. You should know your team the best. Nick, I really like this game.
We have the Texas Rangers taking on the Cincinnati Reds. The Rangers are -135 favorites, total of 9 in this game. This game was, 14-3 yesterday?
Yes.
We have Nathan Eovaldi taking on Carson Spires. One pitcher I'm not very high on at all in the Cincinnati Reds system right now is Carson Spires. Line opened up at 133. It's a 140. So we do have a move towards Texas. Line opened up at a 9 at -105. Got down to an 8.5. Back up to a 9, but it's a +105. So it's moved 10 cents towards the under. Let's take a look at the cash flow in this game here. Wow, 69% of tickets and 75% of cash on the Rangers. Line has moved towards the Rangers, though. 99% of tickets, 99% of cash on the over. Line's moving slightly towards the under, which tells me probably that we could see these pitchers pitch okay. It did get up to a 9 at one point. Taking a look at the matchup here in this one, where we have Nathan Eovaldi taking on Carson Spires. Spires was one of those pitchers last year that kind of struggled. He was kind of split between the rotation and the bullpen. He started 10 of his 22 appearances with a 5-7 record, 5.46 ERA, 90 2/3 innings pitched, 80 strikeouts, 27 walks, and 20 home runs given up. I'm not the highest on him. Nathan Eovaldi, he's tricky because he feels like just a consistent guy, but at the same time, like Is he somebody you want being the ace of your staff? Yeah, and serious, no. He has made a start already this year. He looked good. He went 6 innings in a no decision against the Boston Red Sox, gave up 2 earned runs on 3 hits, no walks, and 9 strikeouts. So he looked good there. And in 2024, he started 29 games to a 12-8 record, 3.8 ERA, 170 and 2/3 innings pitched, 166 strikeouts, 42 walks, and 23 home runs. So he looked okay. This is Rangers or no bet for me. And they're getting the bigger bets in this spot, and the line's moving towards them. And I made this mistake with I backed them yesterday. I think they get out. I think they get off to a fast start potentially. I want to take a look what this first 5 is. Potentially with the with the Rangers in this spawn here. Look to maybe take them early in this game because I still don't trust their bullpen. And I'm assuming even after they got torched yesterday, they didn't use much bullpen, I'm guessing. Line opened up 137, it's now 147. So we do have a decent move towards the Rangers in the first 5 as well. I think it's first 5 or nothing here in this spot here for me. And I want to take a look at what the best available number will be for it.
Yeah, sign me up for the Rangers. I'm all over it. This is a Rangers team that after they got blown out yesterday, sign me up. That's one of my favorite kind of spots is whenever a team gets blown out. Now, let's make this clear. They have to be a good team. I'm not going to go and take a bad team after a blowout. That doesn't matter. But if they're a good team like the Rangers that I expect to be, competing for the division and possibly being one of the better teams in the American League, you kind of expect them to be good. And I expect a bounce back spot here. Ellie De La Cruz had himself a game yesterday.
Finally.
And you know what? You're going to get that a bunch from him. He is one of the better players in the league. He will be able to put up a fight versus Ohtani for MVP.
Yes, I 100% agree.
At the end of the year, those two will be fighting for the MVP. Unfortunately, because MLB has Ohtani so far down their throats, it's going to be Ohtani, but Ellie De La Cruz will definitely have some merit to it.
He'll be top 3 in the MVP this year.
Yes. Sign me up for the Rangers run line. I got plus 118 on the site. I put plus 115 on my so when I put in my picks into the contest, like everybody should, I round them so that it's it's either a 5 or a 0, just so it's easier for you to grade.
Yeah.
So I did 115 on the contest thing.
Fair. Yeah, I got first 5 minus 135 Rangers here.
There you go. Reds team total over. I can still see them hitting their team total over.
Yeah.
Morning, gentlemen. First negative day in the contest. It happens.
Yeah, you took a big hit yesterday.
I'll take the Reds at home as a dog. Evaldi is like 100 years old. Can't believe the Avs kept the Flames' hopes alive.
And I look forward to fading the hell out of the Flames today.
That game caught me off guard. Loved it. Pass. The mild are still mild, swept by the overrated Devils.
Yeah.
MVP LA.
Let's keep it going.
I kept my NHL totals yesterday, but 1 and 2 on sides.
I went 1 and 1. I had the Flyers and I had the Wild.
Big payday for LA De La Cruz, 25 to win 475. Last night in the Stars Kraken game, they scored 3 goals in the first 4 minutes. Still go under. Yeesh. I had the under. Ryan Hartman owns Binnington. And those Nerfies are risky.
Yeah, they are. You got. That's one thing I noticed is you got Untouchable got torched on Nerfies yesterday.
All right, Nick. We actually get to see the Yankees against a good pitcher.
Yeah, it's a fun matchup here, and it kind of caught me off. I don't know, caught me off guard is the right way to say it, but like seeing that the Yankees. I'm seeing the Yankees as favorites over Corbin Burns. I get it.
It's at home.
It is at home. Line opened up at a plus 103 for the Yankees, so it actually opened up with the Diamondbacks as favorites in this game, and the lines flipped to the Yankees being favorites in this one. Now, Line opened up at an 8.5 minus 107. It's now 8.5 at even money. So we do have a move towards the under here as well. Taking a look, we have 99 and 99 on the over. Shocker. When don't we have 99 and 99 on the over? And then for the side, 85% of tickets, 90% of cash on the Yankees. No surprise. Everybody's seen how good these Yankees have been. They're 3-0 so far. They've played all 3 of their games at home against a Brewers team that can't get out their own way. They have Will Warren making his – is this his Major League debut?
It is. Yes.
This is Major League debut. He was one of the top prospects for the New York Yankees heading into the year. They're hoping maybe that he would be maybe like one of those, like a 6th starter type of player heading into the year. And then they lose Garrett Cole, and then they lose Luis Gil, and then they lose Clark Schmidt, and all of a sudden he's your 3-4 starter. He was drafted in the 8th round in the 2021 draft out of the Lions of Southeastern Louisiana.
I like that.
Yeah. Last year, he actually did pitch in 3 games for the Yankees in 2024 to a 10.32 ERA. So he didn't look good there. And Wilkes-Barre, Scranton, he had a 6-5 record with a 5.91 ERA. He actually, at one point, went to Somersault, which is the Eastern League. I don't think that's double. Was that double A? That might have been double A, Somersault. I believe. Yeah, it's double A. Yeah. And he pitched well in double A. But he kind of struggled in triple A. He kind of struggled in the major leagues in his very limited sample size. I don't know what to do with Will Warren. He's definitely a pitcher on the Yankees that I have circled that I want to see pitch this year because he is one of their top prospects. So the question is he one of those prospects that is going to be really strong for them, or is he going to struggle in the MLB? So far, he struggled a little bit. I think the Diamondbacks can get to him, but it's kind of interesting to see that this line's dropping a little bit, which we've seen at the last couple of Yankee games, though. I have no interest in this game whatsoever. I think Corbin Burns could pitch well, but once again, torpedo bats are taking over, so I don't know.
I'm not really I don't really want to go after this game. I was looking towards Arizona. But I can't really fade the torpedo bats right now. This is a Yankee team that's just – I do kind of find it funny that they had to hire an MIT guy in order for Volpe to hit the ball.
Here's the thing, though, is that MIT guy is now a Miami Marlins field supervisor or something like that.
Oh, okay.
Like he's with the Marlins. He's no longer with the Yankees.
But I did find it funny that they had to hire somebody in order to get Volpe to hit. Honestly, I can't really. I'm not going to go after this game. I want to see Corbin Burns pitch with Arizona. I want to see what that looks like.
I'm looking forward to that too.
I mean, it's under or nothing, but once again, torpedo bats can't really do it. What does the weather look like? Is there going to be wind blowing out?
Give me 2 seconds. I'll be able to give you that.
I'll go to the chat and we'll figure that out.
10.3 mile an hour winds blowing out to the short porch around 45 to 50 degrees at first pitch, though. So it's going to be kind of cold there in New York.
Over in the Reds game. Sure. I see it. Yankees in the over. Snakes aren't ready to play in the cold. Yanks win.
Probably. You trust Will Warren, though?
Diamondbacks team total over. Corbin Burns is going to show up. I hope so.
I think the only way you back the Yankees is a team total in this game. Because I don't want to trust Will Warren.
Yankees money line. Honestly, if you're going to bet the Yankees, run line it. Like, really go after some plus money.
It'd be Yankees -1.
D-backs money line in the over 8. We need Weatherman Nick to break it down. Give us the forecast, Nick.
Yep, 10 mile an hour wind blowing out to the short porch and anywhere between 45 and 50 degrees tonight.
Doubling up on the Mets and on the Yankees money line. Who am I? Yeesh. Yeah, it was not a good day for the nerfy betting. The Mets and Mariners were ones. Yep. Rough.
Especially with Peterson's track record as a nerfy pitcher. I think last year he gave up 1 or 2 runs on the first inning the whole year.
Yeah. The Orioles had a nerfy.
No, they didn't.
Oh, the Orioles won. Sorry, the Orioles
I was
won.
going
That's
to
what
say
he
it
was
was
saying.
4-0.
Sorry, he was just mentioning. He was just mentioning.
I got you.
Arizona first 5. Go Diamondbacks. 4-4-6 is a bitch. Diamondbacks money line.
Ooh.
I like the I like it. I like it. Do Yankees, Mets, Dodgers parlay? Man, I would love to see the Braves lose another game.
That would be fun.
Ketel Marte home run? Sure. Hopefully the Yankees lose today. That'd be great. Volpe is a future star. Wells is a future star. You heard me first. Just took kind of a weird looking bat to do it. Rob stick to hockey. LMAO. Are those players even real?
Yeah, right.
Volpe for sure. Shut up 44662 smacking. Stick to smoking your crack, you crackhead ass. New York. Hey! Don't make fun of New York. You know the evil empire is back and better than ever when people accuse them of cheating. Yeah. Laughing. I got the over. You got 7.5.
7.5 is a great number.
Yeah.
It's only low because it's Corbin Burns.
446 is scared. It's getting owned by 446 in the Minion contest. That's hilarious. Haha. Oh shit. Trolling the troll. Let's keep on rolling.
Yeah, we have the Tampa Bay Rays taking on the Pittsburgh Pirates. Minus 165 for the Pirates, total of 8.5 in this one here. Taking a look at the line history in this one, we get a fun pitching matchup here because we get Shane Baz for the Tampa Bay Rays, and we get, I believe, the Major League debut of Thomas Harrington for the Pittsburgh Pirates. One of the Pirates' top prospects there. Line opened up at a 164, it's now 166. Line opened up at an 8.5, it's now a 9. So we do have a move towards the over here as well. Taking a look at the cash flow in this game, 88% of tickets, 90% of cash on the Rays. Line's barely moving. Then we have 96% of tickets, 95% of cash on the over in this one as well. His career minor league stats: 14-9. 3.09 ERA, 48 games. He pitched in 48 games, started 47 of them, 244 and 2/3 innings pitched, 261 strikeouts with a 1.11 whip. He was the 36th overall pick in the 2022 draft. He went to the University of Campbell, the Fighting Camels.
That's right.
He was and then it's kind of sad. He's almost 2 years younger than us. July 12th, 2001, out of Sanford, North Carolina. And he made the jump right from Altoona to Pittsburgh. No AAA for no Indianapolis.
You normally see that more often now. Is AA is kind of the
specifically for Western teams that they want to avoid them going through the PCL. Mm-hmm. PCL, there's nothing that can benefit a pitcher going through the PCL, a top prospect,
correct,
like that. So that's one thing to keep in mind as well. I like Thomas Harrington. I think he is a potential bet-on pitcher, and I love Shane Baz. I do. I think he is going to be really, really strong for this Tampa Bay Rays team because the Rays just know how to spawn arms. That's pretty plain and simple. Last year, he only appeared in 14 games, 4-3 with a 3.06 ERA. 79 and 3rd innings pitch, 69 strikeouts, 27 walks, 9 home runs given up. I mean, I love both these pitchers. I would like to sit back and watch this game just as a pitching matchup because this is just a pure baseball person in me wants to watch these two pitchers go at it. I'm shocked this line's moved towards the over. I am. Let's see if it's weather related. 81 miles an hour blowing, 6 miles an hour out. Kind of left.
Keep in mind, it's the minor league stadium.
It's the minor league stadium as well, so hitting could be a little bit easier there. But we've kind of seen Tampa Bay kind of struggle with hitting. I mean, the last 2 games they put up 6 runs, but I mean, they've gone 3-1 to the under so far. Pittsburgh's gone. Pittsburgh's a little bit more of an over team. I think this is Pittsburgh first 5. If I want to back Harrington in his first start, I think this is a good spot for Harrington to make his first start against this against a Tampa Bay team that in a minor league stadium where like obviously Harrington going to the minor leagues is used to minor league stadiums. I kind of think this is a good spot to back Harrington in his first start. Line opened up at 175 for the first 5. It's now 170. I think the variance is high enough with a total of 9 to back the money line for the first 5 rather than taking half a run like I did with the Marlins, because I do expect that maybe potentially as a little bit of a lower scoring game potentially for the first 5. I think this could be more along the lines of with the total being 9 that we could see a little bit higher scoring here. First 5 here for me with the Pirates is I'm gonna take it with Harrington here plus 150 over on Bet365. Sign me up, Pittsburgh first 5. I want nothing to do with that bullpen right now at all.
That's fair. I still like the under in this game. I just don't see Pittsburgh hitting. They scored 4-4-4-2 versus the Marlins. That's the Marlins, and you're not scoring against the Marlins. Tampa Bay, they scored 1 run against.
Rotation, pitching, I think, will be better than people think.
I don't.
Their offense is going to suck, but their pitching will be mediocre.
And I could see Tampa Bay not really hitting much. I like the under here. I got the under 9. I think this is a lower scoring game. I'm just not big on these two offenses. I think both of them struggle. So sign me up for the under here, Nick.
I do think it is under or no bet if I'm looking at the total, but I'm going to just stick with the first 5 here for the money line with the Pirates.
Yeah. Come at me, bro. What up, Marcos? Let's guess who the minion is. Got to be a regular here. Coyote. Let's take a guess. Let's think. Who do we think 446 is scared is?
I think he might be onto it there.
I think it is 446. I saw some of the comments. I think 446 is trolling with himself. I think that's definitely something 446 would do.
See, the way that the plays were typed in looks like the way Coyote types in plays.
Oh, really?
Like the way it looks in the spreadsheet, it looks very similar to the way Coyote puts in plays. That's my guess. Don't quote me on it though. Okay. But it has the team with the money line and then the parentheses. Kind of like it looks a little like the only thing that's missing is the period at the end. That Coyote likes to put out a lot of his plays. I don't know, just my guess.
Honestly, I would have a better chance at the contest if that was me. Sadly, it's not. Rays. I think 446 is scared is either Higgs or Razor Sharp.
I don't think it's either because they're not regular enough here.
I'm thinking Rob or Isaacs. 446 is saying nah. It's me. 446 is scared. Actually, though, he is.
446 is scared is already put into play.
He won't come on. Hey, we've given 446 plenty of opportunity to join the show too.
Yeah.
I am 446. LOL. I think the 446 is actually 446. So when it wins, if it does, it claims it obviously him. If it loses, it doesn't claim. That definitely sounds like 446. That Pirates are low-key heading the ball. No, I don't see it. LOL, you think I'm that? Yeah, we think you're sneaky. So he doesn't talk to him. We got to get through the chat. I have no idea how to do 2 names. It's not me. Under should start hitting. Yes, I'm confused. No. Problem with first 5 is Rays spot 2-3 runs. Pirates are toaster right away. 446 likes to play with himself. Yes, he does. Coyote, you're busted. I don't think it's Coyote. Now I will claim it if you let me, though. Good job, Nixer. You exposed him. I will put plays in for it if you let me now. If you let me. Hey, we'll see. All right, Nick. My Nationals bet's garbage. They're not making the plays.
I mean,
good call.
It's 4 games into the season, so
We're screwed.
and they played the Phillies.
Yeah.
And a Blue Jays team that I think could be better this year. Let's talk about it. Toronto Blue Jays are minus 160 favorites in this game with a total of 8.5. Let's take a look at the line history in this one here between Jose Barrios and Trevor Williams. Line opened up 152. It's now 154. So we have a 2-cent line movement here towards the Jays. And then we have this line opening up at 8.5 minus 102. It's an 8.5 minus 110. So we would move towards the over here as well. Taking a look at the cash flow. 88% of tickets, 88% of cash is on the Blue Jays, 98 and 98 on the over. So the line moving towards the Jays and the over makes sense with all the money, all the tickets coming in on the Jays and the over. For this game here, we have Jose Barrios, who had a rough outing in his last one there, but still, like a professional, made it through 5 innings. Granted, it wasn't a good 5 innings, but he made it through 5 innings. 5 innings of 6-run baseball, 9 hits, 2 walks, 5 strikeouts. On the flip side, we're having the season debut of Trevor Williams, who had his season, I believe, cut short last year, big time. And he was one of the better profitable pitchers in baseball last year. Now, is he somebody that'll do that again this year? Who knows? 32-year-old Trevor Williams. Started 13 games last year, went 6-1 with a 2.03 ERA. 59 strikeouts, 18 walks, 3 home runs given up, and 66 2/3 innings pitched. Does he repeat that? Or is Father Time going to catch up to him? I don't know how to approach that one there. I think this is a great spot where when you look at the bullpens of these teams, if the Blue Jays fall down a run or two, then you grab them live. I think this is a spot where you look to live bet against the Nationals with that bullpen that they have. Is this one I'm going to get involved with? No, I think the Blue Jays are a little too expensive in this game. But even though and the line's moved slightly towards them and everything like that. I would look over, and I would look Blue Jays. A little too public for me.
Trevor Williams was the most profitable pitcher in baseball last year up until he got injured. And he was even one of the more profitable pitchers in baseball even after the year was over. Which was
he made 13 starts.
Yeah. But still, like he went 10-3 in there. If you bet him every single time, you were up 12.19, and that was number 1 in baseball. His counterpart was number 4 in baseball last year. Went 21-10, up 10.2, and that was Jose Barrios. So these were 2 of your top 5 most profitable pitchers in baseball last year. I'm not betting the Blue Jays at minus 160. I don't think the Blue Jays are as good as people think. They split against the Baltimore Orioles, and they've beaten the Nationals. Granted, I was higher on the Nationals. I will say I was higher on the Nationals. But I need to see more from this Blue Jays team in order for me to want to back them. So I'm not backing them here. It would be Nationals or nothing on this. That's some nice plus money.
Yep. A little bit of baseball news. A retirement has been announced. Good old Big Tits Lance Lynn has announced retirement.
No!
So salute Lance Lynn, who is now retired from baseball.
I took the Nats. I put my plays in very professional. No way they do it like me. Live bet, Blue Jays, 100% agree because the price is too expensive here for them.
If the Blue Jays go down 1-0 in the first or second inning, guarantee I'll be on the Blue Jays money line live.
Nats first 5 money line.
Maybe Nats first 5, Blue Jays full game, double result.
Fair. Those Spankies looking hot. They played against a Brewers team that even
looked like shit against the Royals.
Even the Royals put up 11 runs against. So smash spot. Jays team total over 4.5 lean, but I'd rather just live bet them.
Yes, I'd rather just live bet them as well.
Heck no. On that smash spot. Oh wait, I know who it is. This guy disappeared. Has to be him. Barrios is suspect. He is either unhittable or a home run derby pitcher.
And you can usually tell by the first inning.
Yeah. Lance Lynn is retired, a Sox legend. Lance Lynn, pride of Brownsburg, Indiana. That's what I was thinking. We were good. We were good. Happy Trevor Williams Day. Vought Trades. You know him, name, right? It's got to be him. You think it's him? I think it could be a lot of people.
Also, Devin Williams has been placed on the paternity list. Congrats on the sex.
Stop it. Nerfy again for this game. Washington first 5. Not interested in them full game. Let's keep on rolling.
Can we talk about a first place baseball team right now?
The Chicago White
The
Sox.
Chicago White Sox are our first place baseball team. Let's talk about them here. We have the Chicago White Sox taking on the Minnesota Twins. I mean, first things first. I mean, my first thought was probably Twins, but do you really want to lay a number on the road with them the way this team's playing right now? Let's talk about it. Line opened up at a 188 yesterday. It's plummeted down. It reopened up at 165, and it's now 154. So a big move towards the Chicago White Sox, who are 4-0 on the run line this year, for those wondering as well. At the plus 1.5. Line opened up 7.5 minus 125. It's now 7.5 minus 103. So we do have a move towards the under here as well. Taking a look at the cash flow in this game, we have 99% of tickets, 97% of cash is on the over in this game here. We have 39% of tickets, 71% of cash on the White Sox. Line moving towards them. We get Simeon Woods Richardson taking on Shane Smith. Shane Smith, 24 years old, making his major league debut. So I'm going to have to take a deeper dive into Shane Smith here. On the flip side for this game, we have Simeon Woods Richardson, which I'm kind of surprised, but not really at the same time that he's part of this rotation. I probably would lean more towards Festa or Zebby Matthews in the rotation than having Paddock and Simeon Woods Richardson, but that might just be me. He started 28 games last year, went 5-5 with a 4.17 ERA, 133 and 2/3 innings pitched, 117 strikeouts, 48 walks, and 16 home runs given up. By the way, I'm surprised we haven't seen a notification yet that Chris Paddock has been DFA'd or something like that there. But I'm going to look up Shane Smith here, his baseball reference page, so we can kind of get an idea of what type of matchup we're going to get here. It looks like potentially this is a bullpen game for the Chicago White Sox. Looks like he was drafted out of high school. Wake Forest. He was out of Wake Forest, reliever. It does not tell me where he was drafted. But last year he pitched in AA and AAA. He only threw 6 innings in AAA, but he threw 87 and 2/3 in AA to the 5-3 record of 3.08 ERA. It looks like he is somebody who is going to be mainly a reliever. He made 16 starts with AA Biloxi, but he made no starts with AAA Nashville. So that's something to keep in mind as well. I believe he was traded over to the White Sox because I believe Charlotte is the AAA team for who do you call it? For the White Sox, not Nashville. I'm trying to see. He was a Brewers draft pick. The White Sox purchased his contract from the Brewers in the Rule 5 draft. All right, so obviously the White Sox see something in them. It looks like a bullpen game. I mean, it's White Sox in a bet for here for me. That's the only way I can look. This White Sox team looked pretty decent heading so far. And should the Minnesota Twins be this big of favorites? The answer is no. I lean under and I lean first 5 with the White Sox. I think I want to pull the trigger on the first 5 here with the White Sox and continue to back the Chicago team. I get it. It was a blowout. It was a bad game for the Twins yesterday. But once again, you keep giving me decent lines with the Chicago White Sox for now, and I'm going to continue to back them. First 5 here, plus 130.
Let's back the first place White Sox. Back in first place White Sox. This Twins team sucks. And with their injuries already piled up, this is not a Twins team I'm going to trust. Although Woods Richardson has been great. I think, he hasn't pitched yet.
He's
but
been okay.
He was great last year for this team in his first real year. This White Sox team is yet to allow a run with starting pitching.
And I think this is a bullpen game, so I don't know how much you can take into the starting pitcher angle like that.
I know, but I still find that crazy. Give me the White Sox here. I got plus 144. Let's roll with the White Sox, Nick.
Yep, I took him first 5 because I still don't trust this team full games. Even though I probably should. Their bullpen's not been bad, but I have a feeling when you're backing the Chicago White Sox this year, I want as little of them to back as possible. Maybe some first 3s as well if you're interested in that.
Wow, a lot of chat today.
Yeah.
Guy was shippy against me. First place White Sox. Twins are ass at baseball. We're not that bad. White Sox money line plus 145. Trusting Barrios with a nerf is going to be a sweat. Team total under for the Twins. Team total over for the White Sox. White Sox minus 1.5.
Jesus.
I like it. Rob, hello. This is not hockey. Stop it. Who has the White Sox face? A bum of teams.
And they're still facing a bum team.
They played Mike Trout and the Angels. If you ask me. Never trust Toronto teams because Toronto teams suck.
The only teams that suck more than Toronto teams are Minnesota teams.
Yes. Don't offend Terry. Untouchable. I don't know about that, Fernando. They finally got to the second row after how long? So how many years will it take for them to get to the third alone in the finals?
The Maple Leafs. Yeah.
Last year was first 5. This year we win games. And they handle it better than they did last year. Maple Leafs. Speaking of that big team from LA.
Yeah. We have the LA Angels taking on the St. Louis Cardinals. Angels handed the first loss here. Oh, what a matchup we have in this game here. We have Matthew Liberatore for the St. Louis Cardinals taking on the professor, Kyle Hendricks. Still plays baseball, and it's not going to be in a Cubs uniform. God, that's so weird. And it's with the Angels of all teams, probably because that's the only team that would give him a contract. But that's beyond the point. We have the Cardinals with Liberatore on the mound. I need to get Liberatore's numbers on there because he's one of those confusing players that he was supposed to be a really good draft, really good prospect for them.
He was.
And he just hasn't materialized the way we hoped he would. He appeared in 60 games last year for the St. Louis Cardinals, started 6 of them.
Yeah.
Went 3-4 with a 4.4 ERA, 60 games, 86 innings pitched. 76 strikeouts, 25 walks, 11 home runs given up. I have a feeling they have him stretched out a little bit more this year. On the flip side, Kyle Hendricks, I think anything you get out of him is a good thing. Yeah. Last year, started 24 games, appeared in 29, went 4-12 with a 5.92 ERA. 87 strikeouts, 43 walks, 21 home runs given up, and 132 innings pitched. 130 2/3 innings pitched. Your guess is as good as mine of what we're going to get to him, or what we're going to get from him. Let's say I want to take a look at the cash flow real quick. 82% of tickets, 89% of cash on the Cardinals, fading him. Makes sense. 99, 98 on the over. Not a game I'm going to get involved with, but I guess it's Redbirds or no bet. I just don't know what to expect from Kyle Hendricks. Do I want to lay $1.45, $1.50 with this Cardinals team? No. Maybe a team total over then. Not what I'm going to get involved with it.
I just took the over in general. I think we see runs. Liberatore was supposed to be a really good prospect. I don't see it. And Kyle Hendricks, I think, is going to end up allowing up runs. This has been a Cardinals team that we've actually seen them hit. They scored at least 4 runs in every single game so far. 4 in the loss yesterday. 9-5-5 versus Minnesota. So they're scoring, which is different because I did not expect them to have a good offense. And then the Angels, they put up 5 yesterday. They allowed 8 in the opening game. But this is an Angels team I think are going to be able to get hit too. I could easily see this one being like a 7-4 type of game. I would lean towards the Cardinals in this one too. I like the over more than anything.
St. Louis team total is plus 105 for a 4.5 over on Bovada. So that's not a bad look either if you're interested in backing the Cardinals.
Yo, yo, yo. What's up, Mr. Kryptonite? Let's keep on rolling, Nick.
Yeah, we have the Houston Astros taking on the San Francisco Giants. Giants minus 110 favorites, total of 8 in this game. taking a look at the line history in this one between Logan Webb and Hayden Wisniewski. We have this line opening up at a 113, so 114 for the Giants. Seeing the Giants favored in Houston's kind of interesting. Obviously, the pitching matchup definitely favors them with it being Logan Webb. Logan Webb, though, away from home. That's the one thing we got to keep in mind. Line opened up at an 8, and it stayed there. It's been an 8. 98% tickets, 97% cash on the over. I can't wait for these totals not to be 99, 98 on the overs all the time.
I don't really buy into all that.
I don't either. That's why I've still bet some first 5 overs and some overs this year. Hence why I'm primarily an under better when it comes to baseball is I look for those lines that drop even though all the money is on the over. 56% of the tickets, 61% of cash on the Giants. The lines not really move too much, but I don't expect it to move with that type of cash flow on it. Logan Webb, he has appeared in a game so far. He started opening day for the Giants. He gave up 3 earned runs on 6 hits, 3 walks, and 5 innings pitched, struck out 5 in Cincinnati. Not a fun ballpark to pitch in. On the flip side, we have Hayden Wisniewski, the former Cubs pitcher, reliever. Started 7 games last year, appeared in 28, so about a quarter of his games were starts. Most of the time he was out of the bullpen. 3-6 record with a 3.86 ERA. Struck out 67, walked 21, gave up 12 home runs. I don't know what to expect from Wisniewski. Obviously, the Astros saw something in him for him to be included in the Kyle Tucker trade because it was Wisniewski with Paredes and Cam Smith, which more and more looking at it, if the Cubs don't re-sign Kyle Tucker, that's a massive win for the Astros there in that trade. Getting somebody who can pepper the Crawford boxes and Paredes, getting a top prospect who's already broken camp with Cam Smith, and getting a swingman like Hayden Wisniewski is just a little bonus there. I don't know how to approach this game. Obviously, the pitching edge is with the Giants. Do you want to trust them? That was the question. The bullpens, the Giants are okay. I think the Astros have a better bullpen. And I don't think they went to either Brave, King, or Hader last night because they lost. So it looks like we'll probably have a fully rested Astros bullpen. Seeing that, maybe this could be an interesting spot for a live spot on the Astros if you're looking that way. Because yesterday was Luis Contreras, Ryan Gusto, and Rafael Montero throwing 23, 25, and 26 pitches. Nothing from Hader, nothing Abreu, nothing from Taylor Scott, O'Kirk, and King. So it looks like we have the full Astros bullpen ready to go with most of those guys having at least the last 2 days off, especially with the day off the Astros had on Sunday. Not a game I'm getting involved with, but it would probably be Astros or no bet here for me.
If I remember right, didn't the Giants win yesterday? Yeah, Giants won 7-2.
Yes, they did.
Well, I mean, after the Astros won their World Series in their first series, they came out a little bit flat. Wisniewski's going to be making his first start with the Astros since getting traded. He was a solid piece for the Cubs last year. He did a lot of good last year for the Cubs. And I think you're going to see Wisniewski have a good start. And you got Logan Webb, who I think is going to be one of the better pitchers in baseball this year. He doesn't have crazy strikeout stuff, but he's got good enough pitches to get outs. He's not one of your flashy guys, but he's one of the more underrated pitchers in baseball. I took the over yesterday, and it worked out nicely. I'm going to take the under today. So I'm going to take Giants and Astros under 8. Been looking at a little bit more totals today.
Yeah. I'm primarily, I think, all first 5s today so far.
Canadians money line on Sunday was never in doubt. I hope you hopped on it, Joe. Pass Giants. Not interested in Road Webb. He's mid. Untouchable. I'm just playing. I don't watch much hockey. It's Blues day again. Blues money line, puck line, Blues and reg.
Blues -1's already bet and posted.
Dakota Prescott to Cleveland. No. Contest link in chat will probably be small card. For me, rough after the last day and no Orioles.
Yeah, no first 5 over for the Orioles today.
Let's keep on rolling, Nick, because I want to try to get through these games.
Yes, and by the way, I'm going to put the link back in the chat again for those who want to submit plays for the contest. There you go. But we have the Seattle Mariners taking on the Detroit Tigers, minus 165 for the Tigers, total of 7 in this game. The Tigers get their first win of the season yesterday. It's going to be Casey Mize versus Logan Gilbert. Casey Mize has been a little bit of an enigma. Line opened up at 150. It's a 166 now for the Seattle Mariners. So we do have a line move towards them. Line opened up 7 at minus 103. It's now 7 at plus 105. Move towards the under here as well. 99% tickets, 85% of cash is on the over. You know I'm always looking for unders in Mariners games. I usually am. And then we have 64% of tickets, 52% of cash coming on the Mariners. Lines moving towards them. Where the most of the money is coming in on the Mariners is the run line, obviously. 71% of tickets, 79% of cash on them. How many people actually want to lay $1.60 with this Mariners team? But good luck trying to lay a run line with them either. It was a 6-9 win. Nice for the Tigers last night. That was the first game that the Seattle Mariners have gone over the total this year. They're 1-2-1, depending on what you got the opening day number at. Because that was 7-0 that game. It says the total was 7. I thought I saw some 7.5s out there. Detroit coming in off of that win. They got swept by the Dodgers to start the year. This is Casey Mize's first appearance of the year. Logan Gilbert started opening day for the Mariners. Casey Mize, last year, he didn't pitch much. He pitched a decent amount, but not what you would hope from him. 20 starts, 22 appearances, 2-6 with a 4.49 ERA, 102 in the third innings pitched, 78 strikeouts, 29 walks, 11 home runs. On the flip side, Logan Gilbert, who looked absolutely awesome in that first game of the season. It was, I believe, in that 7-0 loss, right? No, it was in the 4-2 win, my bad, where he gave up 1 earned run on 2 hits, no walks, 8 strikeouts, and 7 innings pitched against the Athletics. And he probably could have gone further. He only threw 83 pitches in 7 innings there. He was extremely efficient, looked awesome, and he gets to face a very similar offense. And I think, if anything, worse offense in the Detroit Tigers compared to what Oakland has this year. I think Logan Gilbert comes out here and shoves. I think the Mariners win. And I usually don't do this, but I think this is a spot where I take a under full game. And my lean was Mariners -1 in this game as well, thinking this is a 4-1 Mariners type of win. But if I think that, do I want to not thread the needle as much and just go for a team total under, which would be plus 105 at 2.5 though with the Tigers? It's the ultimate question. Or the -1 line for the Mariners is, I want to see 170, 135. Because I do think the Mariners win and cover this game, -115. I think I'm going to do that. I think I'm going to go Mariners -1 and the under, and I can get the under 7 -120 over on BetMGM, and the -1 line over on Bet365 -115. I'm going to double up on this game here, expecting Logan Gilbert to come out here and just dominate this Tigers lineup. So Mariners -1 -115, under 7 as well.
Sorry, I was adjusting something on because I see one of the games coming up, so I wanted to get my plays out for that on Twitter. The Athletics thing. I like the under in this game. I think both pitchers shove. You know I love Logan Gilbert.
Yeah, he's awesome.
I think Logan Gilbert has a really good opportunity this year to win the Cy Young Award, especially with no Garrett Cole in the mix.
I don't think Garrett Cole would have posed a threat to him because I looked for regression in Garrett Cole anyways.
Well, either way, that's just another big name. Well, you got to keep in mind, if Garrett Cole had anything of a good season, with the Yankee name, the Yankee market, he's going to win something over Logan Gilbert, who plays in the small market.
That's a shame.
Yeah, trust me, I know. I like Gilbert in this game. He had a good start. I believe he allowed 2 earned runs versus.
No, 1.
He allowed 1 earned run. Yeah, and it was a solo shot by shoulder ball. That was it.
I had the I had Oakland first 5 in that game.
Yeah. I'm going under in this game. And I like Casey Mize. I remember watching him come up. I said I thought he was going to be a good player, so I want to stick with riding him too. So I'm going to go under 7 in this game now.
Yeah, I got that under 7 minus 120 as well, and the Mariners -1 at -115. So, and am I gonna probably regret taking the -1 over the team total under for Detroit?
Probably.
Maybe, but I don't see. I see this 4-2 at the worst.
There's the contest if you want to enter. If not, then you're not really a true person, part of the stream. Logan Gilbert date, yes. Nerfy and Seattle first 5. Detroit first 5, money line. Tigers team total under. I like the Tigers team total under. I never bet the Mariners. Offense is horrific.
Their defense or their pitching is the best in baseball, but yeah.
How are we betting on a team that can't score? I'm betting the under. That's how I'm betting on a team that's under. Los Tigres by betting on their defense. How dare you compare Gilbert, where you can't even spell his name right, to Cole? I know, right? Because Gilbert's actually going to pitch this year.
Yeah.
And Gilbert's better anyways.
I would, if I'm starting a team, I would take Logan Gilbert over Garrett Cole in a heartbeat.
Oh, for sure. He's younger.
He's
got better stuff.
Potential, and he's pitching.
Yeah.
Yes. So yes, I would definitely take Gilbert over Cole. We'll move on though. We have 3 games remaining on the card in the MLB before we move into NBA, then NHL. Taking a look at the line history, or looking at the next matchup here, we have the undefeated San Diego Padres taking on the Cleveland Guardians, -165, -170 range here for the Padres, total 7.5. Line opened up 140, it's now 163. So we have a big move towards the Padres. Line opened up 7.5, -110. It's now -115, now 7.5, -110. Let's take a look at the cash flow in this game here. 90% of tickets, 93% of cash is on the on the Padres in this game. And then we have 97% of tickets, 96% of cash is on the over in this one as well. Michael King got off to a slow start in his first start of the year, went 2 2/3, gave up 3 earned runs on 4 hits, 4 walks, 3 strikeouts. Struggled, but they won that game 7-4 over the Braves. On the flip side, Logan Allen making his season debut for the Cleveland Guardians. In 2024, he started 20 games, went at 8-5 with a 5.73 ERA and 97 1/3 innings pitched. He struck out 79, he walked 41, and he gave up 22 home runs. I don't know what to expect from Logan Allen. I feel like at this price, it's Cleveland or no bet. At this number, with how much it's gone up, it's Cleveland or no bet for me. I just don't feel like stepping in front of the market move this much. But at this number, I think the Cleveland Guardians are getting a little underpriced. And the Padres might be slightly overpriced in this game. I understand the Padres have been awesome this year. And they are, 5-0 now. And I lost with the Guardians yesterday. I'm not going back to them today, but it would be Guardians or no bet.
I went Padres here. I think you get a good start from Michael King, who did not have a good start against the Braves. Allowed 3 earned runs in 2 2/3. I know I have him to win Cy Young. Not a good start. That being said, it's not dead. Michael King is still a very solid pitcher. And, I mean, we saw it last year when he started 30 games and had a 2.95 ERA and 201 strikeouts and 173 innings. He's a good pitcher. And I think he's able to slow down this Cleveland offense that I'm not super high on. I like Michael King in the Padres here. I got run line at +135. 1 of 2 undefeated teams left, Nick. Them and the Dodgers, only undefeated teams left in baseball. As far as I know, right? Does that sound right? And the Yankees, my bad. I think the Padres continue to be undefeated.
Fair, I'm against it though.
I don't bet the start of any season going forward. Got to wait for data come in. Any trends you guys noticing so far?
Yeah, it really, when seasons start, it's just what I think of teams, what I think of players, and kind of going off what I project for them early in the season. I do notice that I generally I'm like in the first month or so, but then when I do get data, that's when we really took off last year. Actually, I think I started off pretty hot last year, if I remember right. after a really bad opening day. I had a really strong week and a half, and it got me up to pretty good numbers. Anything so far? The White Sox are undefeated ATS this year. They're 4-0 on the run line. And the run lines have been affordable. It's not like you're laying -170 in run lines with them. The Orioles to the first 5 over are 4-1. That was a trend that I liked heading into the year that I bet there. What have you noticed anything else really?
Orioles are going over. Did you say that?
Yes, Orioles. I said first 5 overs. Full games overs as well there. Those have been going really well.
Mets pitching has actually been really good. Starting pitching for the Colorado Rockies has been really good.
Yeah.
They have like a 0 point.
The Rockies, I think it was the Rockies, the White Sox, and someone else had a bad team. Has like the Oakland Athletics have the best starter ERA to start the year. That's kind of crazy. Nothing crazy.
Cole is overpriced. Yes.
Overpaid a little.
Overpaid. Yes. Cole is not available this season, right? Asking for a friend.
Yes, he's out for the year. Tommy John.
The Sox are winning it all.
Yep, White Sox for the win.
446 is scared. 446 is scared. Leaves. Victory shows up. I told you it's him. Haha. 5-0 with Los Poppies. I'm going to be on them with you. How about that 10 ERA? Wow, you're really judging it off of one game.
2 2/3 innings pitched.
6. Made my money with San Diego this week. Now giving it back. Do an experiment with Los Poppies like Tim is with the A's. I don't hate it, although I don't know. I'm out. Good luck. Copy my name. My name. Victory. Hide name. A's. Yes. Now I'm out. All right. Nerfy and first 5 under. Helpful insights to question my guys. 446. I can't be you. I'm too respectful. That is correct. 446 is a genius. He figured it out. The imposter. No, he's not a genius. Don't inflate his ego.
All right. Oakland Athletics taking on the Chicago Cubs, -130 for the Cubbies, total of 8 in this game. Blowout yesterday. And we have Luis Severino taking on Justin Steele, which I do expect a little bit of regression from Steele this year. A little. Line opened up 127, so now 129. Line opened up at 8, -115, so 8 at -107. So we do have a move towards the under, and we have a move towards the damn it, I just X'd out of Action Network.
Good job.
And a slight move towards the Cubbies in this game. Only 2 cents, but we do have a slight move towards them. I'm trying to get up my cash flow again after I accidentally exit out. There we go. Now give me the full numbers. Don't have me log in, please. This is fun. But we'll quickly.
This is fun. I'm having fun.
We're doing good. We're doing good. All right. But we will look at what Severino and
Dude,
Steele.
Sevy's great.
Sevy was good in his first start. He went 6 innings of no-run baseball, 3 hits, 6 strikeouts, 4 walks, 99 pitches. Last year he was pretty good with the Mets. On the flip side, we have Justin Steele, who really struggled in his last appearance, I believe, where he went up against the Diamondbacks. He's now pitched twice this year already. He's, I think, the only pitcher to pitch twice, and a pitcher going for his 3rd start today. His last start was on March the 27th against Arizona. He went 5 innings of 3-run baseball, 6 hits, 1 walk, 2 strikeouts. He also went up against the Dodgers in the second game of the Tokyo series, gave up 5 earned runs on 5 hits, 1 walk, 5 strikeouts, and 4 innings pitched. He's faced 2 of the best offenses in baseball, honestly. With the Diamondbacks, I think the Diamondbacks are going to be a force this year, and so are the Dodgers offensively. Like, those are 2 of the best offensive teams in baseball that he has had to go up against this year. And do we expect a little bit of negative regression from him? Probably. 80% of tickets, 85% of cash on the Cubs, and the line's moving slightly towards 99 on the over. I think this is a spot, though, that potentially both these pitchers can pitch well. And when you look at, now I'm not trying to discredit Oakland here. You look at the Arizona Diamondbacks lineup, You look at the Dodgers lineup, and then you look at Oakland. Are you really scared of Oakland?
Terrified.
Terrified?
Terrified of Oakland.
Terrified of Oakland after looking at the Dodgers and the
Terrified of
Diamondbacks. I think there's a big step down in competition here for Justin Steele. Luis Severino, I like him as well. I want to take a look what this first 5 under is because both these bullpens kind of do scare me. Specifically, the Cubs bullpen does scare me. First 5 under 4.5. I think that both these pitchers can come out here and pitch well. And I know Justin Steele hasn't really pitched well to start the year. I think this is a game that he can. And I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to take it. First 5 under 4.5, minus 125 in this game. I'm going to back Justin Steele to bounce back after playing 2 of the best offenses in baseball to pitch decently well against Oakland here. And especially with the score being, 18-3 last night?
Yeah.
I expect I expect the defense for and the pitching to be better for Oakland tonight. First 5 under for me, 4.5 minus 125. Betting ESPN bet.
Here's the deal. I'm just going to continue to roll. It's day 5 of the A's experiment. Yesterday, the final was 18-3. Safe to say the money line did not hit. The team total missed by the hook. But when those 2 went down, Butler had a double and Rooker had 2 singles. So I got both of their bases. So far, the only thing that's profitable in this experiment is Rooker. Rooker is 3-2, up 2.1. But I'm profitable overall because the other ones are minus 1.3 with the A's team total, minus 0.4 with the A's money line, minus 0.25 with Butler. So I'm up 2.1 on the profitable ones. I'm down 1.95 in the non-profitable ones. I'm still profitable in this experiment to start off. Welcome to day number 6. Let's go, Oakland.
Good luck. I'm going to start to build my lane now.
She's 35. I got to go, but I put my place into the contest. Good job. Oh, maybe it's Coyote. It's him. Ha. No, still here. Same thing with the other name. It's you. Tried to. You guys always scare me. I'm just trying to roll through the chat. You guys are just going back and forth. Over. I can see the over here. Pass. I swear, watch them copy my period now. Over. If I was betting this, Cubs 18 runs yesterday, and Steele needs to prove himself. That he's been bad so far.
Yeah.
Cubs first 5. Now he's back. Cubs run line. It's okay, Coyote. I'm flattered. The account is gone. I've been in here when the account was talking. LOL. Go the Cubs go. No, you're the opposite of a genius. Oh my God, it's okay. I don't care. 18-3. I wonder what the score was. Will be today. Close by 2. No. Okay, you guys are just going back and forth with that. All right, next final MLB game, and then I need to rapid fire through the NBA if I got to go through them because we want to be heading out in a little bit to go talk to the people over there. So
okay, that's setting up perfect for you to bolt for NHL. Got it.
I wasn't going to do NHL regardless. So
cool.
I never bet NHL. I don't.
All right, let's continue on. The Atlanta Braves taking on the LA Dodgers. The Dodgers minus 130, total of 8 in this game. This is probably one of the easier passes on the card for me. Line open up at a 130. It's a 129, so we have a 110 line movement towards the Doyers. Line open up at an 8, minus 115. It's now 7.5 and minus 115. So we do have a move towards the under here as well. Taking a look at the cash flow in this game, 99.98 on the over, 94.94 on the Dodgers. The line's moving slightly against them towards the Braves. I mean, there's why does this feel like the Braves win this game? I think this line's telling you everything you need to know, honestly. The Dodgers, who are 6-0, 4-0 at home, against a Braves team who can't get out of their way, and it's minus 130. I'm not betting it because
it's Chris Sale.
Yeah, it's Chris Sale versus Dustin May. That's the one big question mark here is what is Dustin May going to look like? He did not pitch last year, recovering from Tommy John surgery. So we'll see what Carrot Top can do there. On the flip side, we have reigning NL Cy Young Award winner Chris Sale. He, in his first start up against the Padres, gave up 3 earned runs on 6 hits, 1 walk, and 5 innings pitched, 7 strikeouts. Last year, he was awesome. 29 starts, 18-3 record, 2.38 ERA, 177 2/3 innings pitched, 225 strikeouts, 39 walks, and 9 home runs. I mean, I don't trust this Braves team whatsoever. I think that Dodgers bullpen's awesome. So if you're going to back this, maybe you back the Braves in the first 5. Maybe that's the way to approach this. Either that, or you think Dustin May struggles in this game and it's an over. Because the ultimate question mark is what is Dustin May going to do in this game, and how can you remove Dustin May from the equation here? Is a question at all as well. If you want to back this game, I want to back Atlanta in this spot. First 5, if anything. Don't know if I'm going to pull the trigger on it, but this game has the feel of 2 different results. Ready? You bet the Dodgers, the Braves win, you're stupid because you bet the Dodgers at such a cheap price and it was an obvious trap. You bet the Braves, the Dodgers blow them out and you're a moron because you faded the Dodgers. Like, there's two results in that game, and I think regardless of what I do, it's going to lose. So, for me, it's just a small lean towards the Braves first 5. Look, just taking what I have as a perceived pitching advantage of Chris Sale over Dustin May, but not what I'm going to get involved with.
All right, Nick. Would you like the Braves to get their first win today and the Dodgers to lose a game?
Yeah.
All right, give me the Dodgers run line, plus 150. This is the first time I'm betting the Dodgers this year, and I've known to be the Dodger lose whisperer. Whenever I bet them, they seem to lose. Whenever I bet against them, they always win. So I'm going to, although I don't like that I'm doing it for the Braves, but to snap their undefeated, I am on the Dodgers here. I'm going to finish out my card with the Dodgers on the run line.
Fair.
Dodger run line, yes. Would it surprise us if at the end of this month's contest, 446 reveals himself as not 446? It wouldn't surprise me. Dodgers win. Braves team total under as yesterday. Just bet our guy Tim TNT Tage Thompson anytime goal. Go for it. Dodgers minus 1.5, minus 2.5. I love seeing the Braves lose. And I'd rather see the Dodgers win than the Braves win. Sweep, I hope so. Team total under 3.5. If the Dodgers win the series, minus 220. Next, Nick is there a site that tracks goal scorers profitability with anytime goal
I have no idea. I don't bet props like that, so I have no idea.
Tim leaving. See you next month, pal. You are hilarious. You are hilarious.
By the way, do you have your home run lay for today so far?
I did not, but I can quickly get that.
I have mine. We're gonna start it off. New dad powers, even though I'm on Miami first 5. Lindor.
I was gonna pick him anyways. Yeah.
Then we'll head to the Great American Small Park. Take Jock Pederson against a right-handed pitcher to go deep. Jock Pederson. We'll go to Chicago to the south side, and we'll go to one of the worst contracts in baseball. Andrew Benintendi.
Oh, dear
plus
God, dude.
535. And we're going to finish it on off in one of the toughest places to hit a home run. We're heading up to T-Mobile Park in Seattle, where Randy Arozarena will close out the four-legger for me.
All right. I'm going to start to put it together as we talk real quick. Lindor, because Lindor. Let's go Wyatt Langford from Texas. I like that. I hate this option, but he just keeps smashing the ball. Do you like Jazz? I'll take Jazz today.
By the way, I'm going to add that Braves first 5. Even money for me.
And then we'll go to that last game, and we'll take Freddie Freeman. If I can get his is Freddie? There he is. Plus 660 for Freddie to hit a home run.
Yeah.
So $1 would win 1,000. There is my home run line.
For me, $1, $635.
There we go.
Head back over to the chat, and then we'll get into some NBA. This will give me time to transition over.
446, fuck you. Let's just take some usual suspects, Betts, and Freeman. Schwarber to hit a home run. I had him yesterday. Lindor is plus 500. I got 370 on the one book. All right, Nick. This is I'm not really too pumped up for this game, for this card.
Let's get through it. The NBA, the NBA is going to be probably a shit show the rest of the year. 7 games here today. Memphis Grizzlies, nope. Milwaukee Bucks taking on the Phoenix Suns. We have the Bucks 5.5 6-point favorites in this game, total of 224. This line opened up with the Bucks as 6-point favorites. So now we're now seeing 5s. Line opened up to 18.5. It's up to 225. So a pretty big move towards the over here as well. Taking a look at the cash flow, where we have 77% of tickets and 70% of cash on the Bucks. Line's moving towards the Suns in this game here, which I'm kind of interested in the Suns a little bit there. 77% of tickets, 76% of tickets, 77% of cash on the over. This one as well. We have both these teams coming in off of bad losses. The Suns worse, honestly. And this Bucks team, they've now fallen to 6th in the Eastern Conference. They've lost 4 in a row. They've just lost to this Phoenix team a week ago by 2 in Phoenix. Then they lost to Denver, and then they lose to the Knicks, and then they get blown out by the Hawks in the last game by 21. So obviously you want to back the team that just lost by 21 points, right? The Phoenix Suns at hold my beer. They've lost 3 in a row, and they've all been by double digits. A 30-point loss against Boston, a 15-point loss against Minnesota, a 39-point loss against the Houston Rockets. It's Suns or no bet for me. The only problem is, there's no Kevin Durant. I'm well aware of that. But for me, I'm just not laying points on this Bucks team. The line's dropping, even though all the money's coming in on the Bucks. So I'm going to move on the Suns here in this game after that embarrassing 39-point effort. Maybe it's Suns first half. Maybe it's taking them early and not expecting them to hold on full game in this spot. I want to take a look at what that is real quick. So what's your thoughts on this game? I'm kind of leaning Suns first half full game type of thing.
I think we're going to leave the points at the door.
Ooh.
Plus 190 with the Suns. They're coming off of can we call this their ugliest loss of the season? Because I know they've had some brutal ones, but yeah, that's got to be their ugliest loss of the season. Losing 148 to 109. Not ideal for them. This is a Suns team that is going to be without KD for the first time in a while. So I do like that actually. I do like that angle.
The star player out angle. Yep.
I'm going to take the Suns here. I'm going to grab them plus 190. Get a big price on them.
Yeah, I was trying to decide between first half and full game with the Suns. So both is good. Suns first half plus 3 minus 115 bet 365. Suns full game plus 5.5 minus 110 Bovada.
There you go. Suns are trash. Durant's out. Bucks went easy. Suns hate their coach. They cashed out. Suns are cooked. Nick doesn't even know Durant is out. He wants to bet him. No, we know Durant's out.
I know Durant's out. Plenty know Durant's out.
Giannis points and go to bed. How in the world is betting the Suns? Get a clue.
Almost English.
Suns don't try. Don't bet them. Oh my God, they never listen. If a team lost by 100 points, 200 points, and then their line is plus 5, why in the world would you take that? Would that encourage you to take them next game? I'm telling you, the line of thinking is poison to your account. Well, you know what? It's a plus 190. If I lose, I lose. This game's gross.
Philadelphia 76ers, New York Knicks. Knicks are 15-point favorites in this game with a total of 223. I think that tells you everything you need to know about the Philadelphia 76ers this year. This line has moved, though, since this morning. Because when I typed this in I think it's close to 3 hours ago at this point. This line was a 15. It's now all the way down to a 13 for this game. Line opened up 223.5. It's now 220. So we'll move towards the under here as well. Taking a look at the cash flow in this game here, where we have 76%, 75% of tickets, 76% of the cash on the Knicks. The line's moving towards the Sixers. 63% ticket, 62% of the cash is on the over here as well. I promised you I was never going to bet the 76ers the rest of the season. I'm going to keep my promise here today. Not touching the Sixers. And with the line moving the way it is, it looks like Sixers are past. I don't trust the Knicks to cover this number right now. Even though the Knicks have covered in 4 of their last 5 games, and they've won in 4 of their last 5 games. It's just, I think this line may be a little bit too wide, but at the same time, I don't trust the 76ers worth of anything right now in order to do anything with them. And I promised you I wasn't going to bet the 76ers the rest of the year. I'm going to keep it with it here, even though this market says it's Sixers or no bet.
All right, I was just making sure something wasn't an April Fool's Day joke. I'll mention it in a minute. It's a pass, 100 pass, 100% a pass. 0 interest in this game. I'm not touching the Sixers, and 15 points is too much to lay. Not interested in this game at all. How about a little bit of news in baseball? Adam Ottavino has found a new home on the other side of New York.
Oh, he's back with the Yankees.
Adam Ottavino signed with the Yankees. I did look at the article with Devin Williams on the paternity list and JT Brubaker been transferred to the 60-day DL. They did grab Ottavino.
They can have him. Cool.
I just wanted to make sure it was not an April Fool's Day joke. So, -5.5. Earls are rookies. They don't. Okay, that's cool. Booker -1.5 assists. Over 1.5 assists in the first quarter. Under Bucks game, Knicks. Quentin Grimes points former team and Knox gonna play them down to competition. Actually, if this is Katie's first game out, I'm gonna go Phoenix. Yes. 446. I just want them to realize teams getting pissed off to play harder next game is not an automatic thing. How they auto bet teams that get blown out. Sometimes yes, but most times no. I understand that.
It's more than just that. I need the market to agree with it and everything like that too. So I mean, it's more than just that. But yeah,
Knicks still trying. No, they're not. They're 8.5.
The last 5. So
yeah, but they've lost. They are 8.5 games behind the Celtics, and they're 3.5 games up on the Pacers. They're staying in that 3 seed. There's no way they blow it. Man, these NBA games are ugly.
Yeah, we have the Atlanta Hawks taking on the Portland Trailblazers. We have the Hawks 5-point home favorites, total of 238 in this game. Taking a look at the line history in this one, where it opened up 4.5, it's now 5. So we do have a slight move towards the Hawks. On open up 235.5, it's now 237. So we move towards the Hawks, move towards the over. 88% of tickets, 88% of cash is on the Hawks. Lines move slightly towards them, 77 and 77 on the over. Yeah, I mean, I don't want anything to do with this game. Really looking at it, Portland has struggled as of late. They did not give me the cover last game. They've really fallen off. And they're out basically now, lost 4 in a row, haven't covered in 4 in a row. They're no longer that really strong covering team they were a little while ago. On the flip side, Atlanta, they're coming in off of that nice dominant win. Do you want to back a team off of a dominant win like that? Generally no, but this is still a team that's fighting for a play-in spot. And they potentially – could they pass Milwaukee? Or I think that's far out of the question, right? Them passing Milwaukee, they're just trying to hold on to the home court advantage for the 7th seed. They're a game in front of Orlando. They're 4 games behind Milwaukee. So they're just trying to hold off Orlando more than trying to pass Milwaukee. But I guess that's still some type of motivation. Probably the Hawks win this game, but I don't feel the need to lay 5 points on them at all.
No. There's got to be a good reason for me to go after a game, especially in the NBA right now. There is not in this game. And I think I may go through the card. Well, I kind of want to look at that last game. That Minnesota-Denver game is probably the only other game I want to look at. No, this is a pass. A lot of these games are just ugly games for me.
Yeah.
Yeah. We can speed through trash ball so we can get to the coolest sport on the show. I wouldn't talk you. I wouldn't say no. Simon's over 1.5 assists in the first quarter. Try to tell them. I like those first quarter props. They're kind of interesting. All right, Nick, we got 4 games left. We're going to try to power through at least the next 3.
Yeah, we have the Golden State Warriors and the Memphis Grizzlies. 5.5-point favorites are the Warriors with a total of 236.5. Let's take a look at the line history in this one here, where it opened up at a 3.5. We're now seeing 5s, so we do have a move towards Golden State. Line opened up 239. It's down to a 236.5. Let's take a look at the cash flow in this game here. We're even 63% of the tickets, 63% of the cash is on the Warriors. The line's moving towards them at the very least. 82% of the tickets, 81% of the cash is on the over here as well. No surprise, money coming in on an over. Taking a look at the matchup here in this one, Golden State has played themselves into a playoff spot. They're coming in off of a dominating 148-106 win as 11.5-point favorites against San Antonio. Memphis, they fired their head coach and they've responded with a new head coaching bump by losing back-to-back games. Cool. I don't know, maybe if the Memphis team is unhappy that they fired the head coach, or I still don't understand why they did. Had to be something internal. I think I heard rumors that it was either the coach or Ja, and they chose Ja.
Yeah.
I have no interest in this game whatsoever. This Memphis Grizzlies team is not giving me enough confidence to look at them at all. But at the same time, I think this would be Warriors or no bet here. It would be Warriors or no bet, and it's going to be no bet.
Yeah, it's kind of sad to see what's happened in Memphis, because at one point this year they were sitting in the 2 seed. They actually looked really good. Now they've lost 3 straight, 7 out of 10. They just don't look good right now. And when it comes to it, I just don't see them. Like, if they play the Lakers in the first round, the Lakers are going to take them down in 5 games. This team has looked completely different from the beginning of the year. And it's sad because I thought they were actually because they had a shitty season last year. And they actually had a good year, and then they fired their coach.
I don't get it.
There's something going on, and I don't like it over there. It is what it is. It would be Warriors or nothing, but I'm not laying on the Warriors.
No.
Warriors win this. Memphis was gassed last night. Morant not play.
Yeah.
Curry over assist in the first quarter. Lean Atlanta, no play. All right, Nick, we got 3 games left, and this is between 2 teams that one's eliminated and one's on the doorstep. Oh, no, sorry. None of these teams are eliminated, but they're
It's the Eastern Conference. Is anybody eliminated?
Actually 4 teams are eliminated in the Eastern Conference.
Okay, never mind.
Brooklyn, 76ers, Hornets, Wizards, all eliminated. Raptors are not too far behind, and we're close to getting our 10-team field for the Eastern Conference.
Yep.
Especially if the Bulls win.
Yeah, we have the Chicago Bulls taking on the Toronto Raptors. We have the Bulls 4.5, 5-point favorites in this game, total 235.5 on this spot. This line opening up at a 5.5, got down to a 5, down to a 4.5, back to a 5. So a little bit of buyback there once it got down to the 4.5. Line opened up 237, it's down to a 235.5. So we do have a move towards the under here as well, with 75% of tickets, 68% of cash coming in on the Bulls. No surprise there. The Bulls have been the better overall team as of late. And then 74% of tickets, 72% of cash coming on the over. The Bulls are coming in off of a bad loss in their last one there, but everybody's getting their ass whooped by OKC these days. 145-117 that last game there yesterday. So they're on the second half of a back-to-back and a third game in 4 nights. And Toronto had a day off yesterday. They've won 4 in a row, the Toronto Raptors, against Washington, Brooklyn, Charlotte, Philadelphia. Woof. I would hope you would win some of those games. Mm-hmm. I had no interest in this one either. I guess it's Raptors or nothing? Question mark. This Raptors team is playing good enough for me to want to maybe take the points with them. But I want to fade a team off of a 28-point loss that's in a play-in race? Not really.
No. I believe the Bulls can clinch the play-in spot with a win because they have tiebreakers and stuff. I think. If not, they're very close to. It's not enough for me to want to go after this game. Complete stay away. Warriors money line. Warriors plus 5.5. Warriors are favorites. Winner of this takes 5 seed. Oh, the Golden State game? Yeah, you're right. Golden State could get the 5 seed. And it would push Memphis back to the 6, and they would play Denver in the first round.
Oh, Denver's winning that in 5. I would beg for Memphis in the first round.
Grizzlies in competitions with Mavs for the dumbest decisions. Yeah. Went with Warriors money line and spread. Come on, don't take the money line. -5.5. As long as Curry plays, they win this game. Toronto sports suck. I'm not back on that bullshit. All right, Nick. This is an ugly game too.
We have the Orlando Magic and the San Antonio Spurs. We have the Magic 3.5-point road favorites, total 218 in this game. Taking a look at the line history in this one here, where we have the Magic opening up at 4-point favorites, got down to a 3.5, back up to a 4. It's really bounced back and forth between 4, 3.5, 4, 3.5, and we're still at 4. Line opened up 219. It's a 217 now. Let's take a look at the cash flow in this one here, where we have 77% tickets, 75% of cash is on the Magic, 66% tickets, 64% of cash is on the over in this one here. Another spoiler. I mean, do you really want to back the Magic on the road on the second half of a back-to-back? The answer is no. Do I want the Spurs in any way, shape, or form? The answer is also no. Half these teams have given up. If you're not in the playoff race or the play-in race, they've given up.
Yeah,
that's all the plans have done is allowed really, really bad teams to give up sooner.
Yep.
And you saw it last game. I mean, the Spurs lost by 42 points. I'm not that's a team that has mailed it in. And the Magic, they are off of a loss against the Clippers last night. They're currently would be heading to Atlanta for the first for the play-in game. If they can win and Atlanta loses, they're tied with Atlanta. So I guess Orlando has motivation. San Antonio is done. So no interest in this one here for me. I guess it's Magic or no bet, but if you want to lay points on the road with the Magic right now, be my guest.
Yeah, I'm not interested in it. I'll play something on the last game, but I'm probably not going to bet this game.
I think if I head into this NBA card with Suns first half and full game, I'll be perfectly satisfied.
Yeah. We'll go to the chat. Denver going to sweep these boys if they play in the playoffs. Yes. Morant over points. Yes. Castle under points. Chicago. It would be Chicago or nothing. Orlando Magic. Orlando Magic. Oh. That's why. That's not English. G's need the 5th seed. LA plays Denver instead. No. Right now, if the Golden State Warriors won tonight, Golden State goes up to 5, Memphis goes down to 6. The Nuggets would play the Grizzlies in the first round. I would love that matchup. But we're about to talk about the Nuggets in the next game, and I may surprise some people.
All right. Have you?
Oh, sorry. Chicago team total over. Magic back-to-back. Forget it. Bet it. Never bet this team. Definitely Magic spot. Their last away game, 111-104 versus Hornets. Magic 8-2 last road game. 6-2 last 8 road games. All right, Nick. Let's get to this game.
We have the Denver Nuggets taking on the Minnesota Timberwolves. The Nuggets are 3-point favorites in this game with a total of 230.5. This line opened up at a 2.5 then immediately went to a 3. And we've really been sitting back and forth between 3, 2.5, 3, 2.5, 3, 2.5. We have line open up 230.5. It's now 231.5, so we'll move towards the over here as well. We have 63% of tickets, 52% of cash coming in on the Nuggets. Lines just bouncing back and forth. For this one, 81% of tickets, 81% of cash is on the over. For whatever reason, the Minnesota Timberwolves always get up for the Nuggets. They've won 5 in a row against the Denver Nuggets, including the last 2 of that playoff series last year, and they've followed that up with winning the first 3 matchups of this year and looking to go for the sweep over the Denver Nuggets. The Denver Nuggets are coming in off of a 129-93 win over the Utah Jazz, which followed up a 10-point win against Milwaukee Bucks. Minnesota is coming in off of back-to-back wins as well. They took care of business against the Detroit Pistons, and they beat the Phoenix Suns by 15 points. This is a Minnesota Timberwolves team that probably has a little bit more to play for right now than the Denver Nuggets do. I want to take a look at the standings real quick because I have a feeling the Nuggets' biggest worry is the Lakers passing them. They're a game up on the Lakers. for the 3 seed. They're a game and a half behind the Rockets for the 2 seed, so maybe they can get the 2 seed. If I'm the Nuggets, maybe the last team I want to see out of a play-in spot if you get that 2 seed is Minnesota. They've kind of owned them. Minnesota with a win though tonight and a Golden State loss is in the 6th seed. So this is a Minnesota team that has something to play for more, trying to get out of the play-ins rather than having to play in them. I guess it's T-Wolves or no bet here for me. Would be the look. I want to take a look at what I can get with the T-Wolves. Can I get 3 and a hook? I can get 3 and a hook. I'm going to move on to 3.5 here. -110 over on Fanatics with the Minnesota Timberwolves. So it'll be Suns first half full game and T-Wolves for me tonight in the NBA.
I'm going to finish my card fading my Denver Nuggets. Give me the T-Wolves. I got +3.5. This is the class.
Outright?
Huh?
No outright.
I did not grab them outright just because I still want to see the Nuggets win. But this is a T-Wolves team that's 7-3 their last 10. They've won 2 in a row. Nuggets are in just kind of that let's just get through the rest of the season phase. Healthy. And they're learning from last year because last year they ran their starters into the ground. Joker was overplayed. Murray was overplayed. And you could tell because they were exhausted in that Minnesota series. I think they continue to kind of slow down their play and get geared up for the playoffs. Ultimately, the Nuggets don't care who they play in the first round. Minnesota is still fighting to get into a playoff spot. They're currently in a play-in spot. They're currently tied with the Clippers for the 7 seed. So they either want to get into the playoffs or be the top seed to play in. So they have a lot more to play for. Give me Minnesota to end the card in the NBA.
I'm on that as well.
Including yes, the Magic did beat the Cavs. Don't do it. Victory. Magic can't be trusted. Pass, but Minnesota sports annoys me. Yes. Joker game time decision today, unless the Spurs sit players. Pass. Who agrees? Nuggets should stop. Tim,
Nobody
stop
does.
bitching and fuck them points. Most money line. I will never ever bet the Wolves on the road. Okay. Hey, I hope I lose that bet. Any suspensions? I saw Isaiah Stewart got suspended a couple games for that one fight. So, I don't know. But, Nick, I'll let you have fun with hockey.
Yep.
I will see you guys maybe tomorrow. I'm not entirely sure yet. We'll see. But we'll see you guys then.
Yep.
I see you at least Thursday. I work at 4 on Thursday.
Okay.
All right, unmute yourself. My computer's frozen.
Nice.
Right as you leave, it's frozen. That's great. There we go. Now we're working. Now we're cooking with grease. I've already moved on 4 plays in the NHL today, and we get to start with the game that I've already moved on. We have the Florida Panthers taking on the Montreal Canadiens. We had the Florida Panthers -185 favorites with a total of 6 in this game. I have moved on the Florida Panthers on the -109 at -121. I've moved on 4 favorites so far, and this is the first one here. The Florida Panthers, they're coming in off of a game on Sunday where they played this Montreal Canadiens team. They've played Montreal now 3 times, and this will be, 17 days? They played on March 15th, they played on March 30th, and now they play today. The Canadiens won 3-1 on the March 15th. They won 4-2 on Sunday, and now we get them. Now the Panthers get them one more time. And I am looking for the double short-term revenge spot here for the Florida Panthers. They're generally a team that does bounce back pretty well off of losses, and I look for them to do it here. They had their 2-game winning streak snapped in that 4-2 loss against the Montreal Canadiens, a game where they outshot them as well. Montreal snapped their 5-game losing streak with that 4-2 win over the Panthers, and I will look for the short-term revenge spot here for the Florida Panthers. There's a couple of those spots that I have as well, of 2 teams that just played each other and taking a favorite in it as well. And we'll talk about that in a couple games, the Senators against the Sabres as well. But yes, I'm on the Florida Panthers -1, -121 against the Canadiens. You're not funny. Not funny. Not funny. Not funny. Habs money line. I'm against you there. Who made? Okay, yeah, it's not funny, but okay. Habs team total over. Go Cats. Yes. Okay. Suzuki over 1.5 points. All right. We'll move on here. A game that I would like to fade one of these teams, but I would not want to take the other team to fade them, though. We have the Nashville Predators and the Columbus Blue Jackets. We have the Jackets minus 195, minus 200 favorites. Feels like Nashville's kind of given up. 3 straight losses. They're on a second half of a back-to-back, a third game in 4 nights here, and it's just a bad spot here overall for Nashville. However, do I want to lay minus 200 with the Blue Jackets? The answer is hell no. They are off of that 3-2 loss against the Ottawa Senators, which snapped a 2-game winning streak against Vancouver and the Islanders, where they won them both in shootouts. And they tied it up late against Vancouver. They got lucky as hell with the goaltender interference bullshit against the Islanders there in that previous game. I have really no interest in this game whatsoever. Nashville, I want to fade Columbus as much as possible, especially at this number, but I understand why this number is the way it is, just because of the position or the situational spot that the Predators are in back-to-back, third game in 4 nights, ultimately would keep me off this game. But I wanted to find a way on the Preds, but just not this line. Stop fish fade. What? Blue Jackets puck line goes TBJs. CBJ team total over minus 195. Are you out of your mind? Not me. Hell no. Monahan assist. Yeah. Boone-Jenner anytime goal. Maybe those are better ways to approach it, because maybe I could see an over in this game potentially, but hey, it is what it is. We'll move on to my second play on the card, where I'm on the Ottawa Senators minus 132. Let's talk about it here. We have Ottawa coming in to this game. I believe off of that win against the Columbus Blue Jackets. I did back them on the minus 1. No. They lost. My bad. They lost against the Pittsburgh Penguins 1-0 in overtime on Sunday. I forgot about that game. They had 31 shots on goal. On the flip side, we have the Buffalo Sabres. They're coming in off of a big win in their last game, 8-5 over the Washington Capitals. They've now won 4 of their last 5 games, the Buffalo Sabres, just when they've basically been mathematically eliminated. The best team in hockey, the Sabres, after being eliminated. But I would like to fade the Sabres on the road after that big win and challenge them to follow it up, because I still don't believe in this Buffalo Sabres team. And this is an Ottawa Senators team. These two teams just played. It was 3-2 Buffalo in Buffalo, and now we're back in Ottawa, where Ottawa is a much better team, a more desperate team, trying to hold off. Actually, they're kind of fine standings wise, but you want to be playing better, and they're off of a not a great loss there against Pittsburgh. Ottawa does lead Montreal by 7 points for that last wild card spot, so I understand they're probably safe for the playoffs race. But I expect Ottawa to get back on track here against Buffalo. And this is mainly fading Buffalo that just beat this Ottawa team. So a short-term revenge spot. Buffalo off of that big win against Washington. I'll go ahead. I'll take Ottawa minus 132 here for this one. Let's see. That joke just keeps getting funnier and funnier. You need new material. Nashville money line, I like paying. There you go. On my way to get an oil change. My oil is black. There you go. Sabres team total over. Sabres money line over 6. Sabres hottest team in the league. Give me. All right. Alex Tuck plus 250 to Tuck one. There you go. I'm still shook on how the Sabres demolished the Caps. Me too. JJ Peterka, Patrick Laine, Rasmus Dahlin, and TNT Tage Thompson. I expect a lot of goals in this game. I can tell. But we'll continue on here. We have the Washington Capitals coming in against the Boston Bruins. Minus 210 for the Capitals. Total 5.5 in this game. I have no interest in the Boston Bruins. The Boston Bruins have been just straight fade material for me. I did back the Red Wings in that last game that pushed, but I faded them basically all through that trip, other than I didn't back Vegas because they were just way too expensive, I believe, Vegas in that game. But I was on San Jose. No, I didn't. Did I back this? No, I didn't back San Jose in that game. I was on the Kings, though. Puck line, I believe. I was on Anaheim. I was on Detroit. And I lean towards Washington in this game. Maybe it's Ovechkin last goal because they're big favorites in this one. For me, and that's the one that I don't really want to lay this type of number with Washington on the road. They've now lost 3 in a row, I believe, for the first time all year. The Washington Capitals. Go figure. I just have to bet them, and then they'll start losing. Because I've bet them the last 2 games. I'm gonna stay off of Washington in this spot, which means they'll win. But yeah, lean towards Washington for me, but no play. Buffalo over 3.5 plus 190. There you go. Would still love how the Sabres. I still love how the Sabres begin to play for real towards the end of the season. Yeah, Caps team total over. Caps puck line. Alex Ovechkin bans make her dance. Yeah. Perfect spot for the Beast to beat the Caps. Produce point. We'll move on. This is a game I was looking at a play on. Let's talk about it. The New York Islanders and the Tampa Bay Lightning. The Lightning minus 170 favorites with a total of 6 in this game. These 2 teams just played on Saturday. So this will be a 3rd game in 4 nights for the Islanders. So a little bit of a tricky spot there, especially losing 5 in a row now, the New York Islanders. On the flip side, Tampa Bay, they've won 3 in a row, and they've kind of played. And the last game they played was against the New York Islanders. So they're rested. It'll be Vasilevsky in between the pipes for the Lightning in that game. And the Islanders started off so poorly against the Tampa Bay Lightning when they played them on Saturday. It was 3-0 at the end of the first period. It was 4-0 at the end of the second period before they put up 3 goals in the third period to make it a close game. That 5-3 score was a little bit flattering the way the first 2 periods went for the Islanders. I look for the Islanders to get off to a good start in this game potentially in this spot. Do I expect them to win this game? Hell no. I think betting Tampa Bay live will be a great look at the end of the first period because I do think that the Islanders can fade late. And wow, just this line being as different as it is, plus 145 full game for the Islanders, but plus 125 for the first period over on DraftKings. I'm gonna add the Islanders first period look here in this one at plus 125. Just because they started that first period off so poorly the last 2 games. They were down 2-0 early against Carolina. They were down 3-0 early against Tampa Bay. I look for them to be back at home to start off well, give me a good first 20 minutes, and that's all I'll trust out of this team right now because I can see them fading away a little bit of a fatigue spot late in this game. So I'm gonna shrink this down to the first 20 minutes and take the New York Islanders first period at plus 125 in this game, and then you can probably look to live bets the Tampa Bay Lightning. Hopefully at the end of the first period at a plus price tag. So New York Islanders first period for me plus 125 over on DraftKings. Let's see. Isles are brutal. Can't win. Yeah, at this point, tank for a good draft pick, right? Go Isles. You know, over 6. I can see it. Favorite MLB play today. My book gave me a free second chance bet. Unfortunately, $10 max. I can't take too much from them. My best bet in the MLB. Unfortunately, that line's moved too much. I like. Maybe if you can do a 2-teamer with the Mariners money line and maybe get that total up to 7.5 or 8.5. I think that's a good way to go at it. Would be Mariners money line with the under if you're looking for plus money there. Tampa team total over. Kucherov, Gensel, point parlay. Do a parlay. Free bets are the only times I'll recommend parlays. There. Maybe a home run prop or 2. Jacob Bernard Docker, Buffalo. 10 bet, you have to do a parlay or it's worthless. Yeah, I look for plus money with that. We'll move on. A team that I've been riding, and we ain't going to stop now. The St. Louis Blues taking on the Detroit Red Wings in this game. Minus 165 for the Blues, total of 5.5 in this one. Kind of want to take a look at what the number is now for St. Louis to make the playoffs, as we're sitting 11-1 with them to make the playoffs there. They have won 8 games in a row. Coming in off of that nice win against Colorado. My bad, 9 in a row. They beat Minnesota, Anaheim, Nashville, Vancouver, Chicago, Nashville, Montreal, Nashville, Colorado. They played Nashville 3 times in there. But Detroit's, Detroit's coming in off of a 2-1 win against the Boston Bruins. Good for them. They've lost 2 of their last 3 games, 4 of their last 6, 6 of their last 10. So this is still not a Detroit team that I trust. St. Louis to make the playoffs is now minus 350, and Vancouver to miss the playoffs is now minus 1,200. We're seeing plus 170 with them. Beautiful, beautiful timing on that on those bets. And for me, this is pretty plain and simple. I will bet the Blues every single game until they lose. Pretty plain and simple for me. Blues minus 108. Not really needing to go deeper into it. But yeah. Are Marlins still a fade this season, you think? I took the Marlins first 5 plus a half last night. I think their offense will struggle. I want to back them when Sandy starts, and that's about it. I do think they can be the worst team in baseball this year. I think the White Sox could be better. So we'll see. I will look. I'll probably have more bets against them than on them. But they'll probably be one of those teams where you're priced too much out of them, and they'll probably be a minus 300 fade team that like when they'll be a team that teams are favored at minus 300 or higher against a lot. Blues puck line, yeah. Marlins stink, yeah. Blues over 5.5, yeah. Jake Neighbors, Holloway, yeah. Holloway is definitely a good look there. Robert Thomas as well. There. We'll keep going. This is the final play that I have coming into the show. I'm on the Utah Hockey Club on the minus 1 line as well. That one I got at minus 119 for Utah minus 1. This is more of a fade Calgary spot than a backing of Utah spot. Let's talk about it. We have the Utah Hockey Club coming in off of a win in their last game. They beat the Chicago Blackhawks 5-2, which snapped a 3-game losing streak for them against Florida, Detroit, and Tampa Bay. My bad, not Florida, Detroit, and Tampa Bay. Florida, Detroit, and Tampa Bay. Yeah, my bad. On the flip side, we have Calgary with a win in a shootout last night, snapping a 2-game losing streak for them, where they lost in overtime against Edmonton, and they lost to the Dallas Stars 5-2 as well. It's a team that has been playing pretty well as of late, this Calgary team. They've received points in 4 of the last 5 because they've needed past regulation in 4 of the last 5. And for me in this one here, we have Calgary Flames off of a shootout win in altitude last night against the Colorado Avalanche on a second half of a back-to-back, a 3rd game in 4 nights, where both the games that they've played in this 3 games and 4 nights streak before this went to overtime. I think this is a game where if you like the Flames, it's early or no bet, but Utah comes in and they take care of business against the Flames here in this spot. I think they're this big of a favor for a reason, even though the Flames are the better overall team. Utah is this big of a favor for a reason. It is a horrible spot for the Calgary Flames, and I'm going to fade them accordingly. Utah minus 1 here for me in this spot. Let's see. I actually will give Nixter credit for the Blues. Still plenty of time for them to blow it, but it's definitely looking good. Bucks tonight, lay it. No KD, easy peasy. Yeah, I'm against you there. I doubled up on the Suns, +3 first half, +5.5 full game. Good call by him. It's still not done yet. The playoffs haven't started yet. But I feel good about it. Utah, baby, let's cash it today. Yeah. Can it get spicy? -2.5 for Utah. Why not? Utah Jazz, Markel. No. Always remember you will go to jail if you get caught with weed in Utah. There you go. Noted. Flames money line, Dustin Wolf at +160. Yeah. Terrible spot for them, though. Dang it. Missed the best part of the show. No. MLB was early. Yeah, you missed MLB. I'm sorry. You missed Major League Baseball. I apologize. Yeah. 446 Hockey Club. Yeah. I like Utah to dismantle that the Avs should have done. Yes. And I don't know how much the Avs care right now. I think they know they're locked into that 3 seed. Draw spot, no. Time to roll up and get in the stimmy. Oh, there you go. Utah -2.5 is lovely too. There you go. I never ever bet a team on a back-to-back. Calgary, no. Yeah. It's not like Utah is good. Fair. Minnesota plus the money line. I am on Minnesota as well. I'm on Phoenix first half, Phoenix full game, Minnesota Timberwolves +3.5. That's it for the NBA for me. Move on. The Golden Knights taking on the Edmonton Oilers. We potentially could have a return tonight of Connor McDavid. And if Connor McDavid returns, if he is in the lineup, Vegas -1 will make my card. Let's talk about it. These two teams, we have the Vegas Golden Knights playing awesome hockey right now. They're coming back after a 3-game road trip where they beat Minnesota, Chicago, and Nashville. They've won 6 in a row, this Vegas Golden Knights team. On the flip side, we have the Edmonton Oilers coming in off of that overtime win against the Calgary Flames in their last game, 3-2, which snapped a 2-game losing streak against Seattle and Dallas. And for me, this one here, we see McDavid's made the trip to Vegas. If he gets put in the starting lineup, this line will drop to around probably -135, -140 range for the Vegas Golden Knights, and I'll bet Golden Knights -1. If McDavid's out, I will stay off the game. So this one is injury dependent. If McDavid is drawing back in the lineup, I will be on VGK -1. That is my cap for this game. I have nothing for it right now. It would just be a lean towards Vegas. I did not. I have not yet. It's still going to be a sweat because, I mean, they're -350 to make the playoffs, but they currently lead the Calgary Flames by 5 points, but the Flames have 2 games in hand. So if the Flames win those 2 games in hand, they got them by a point. So there's still plenty of time in the season. The Blues have 7 games remaining, and the Flames have 9 games remaining. So there's still plenty of time in the season. Fun. VGK over, VGK puck line, Eichel, Willie Karlsson. I would wait on the puck line. I will wait on the puck line there because I think you can get an even better number when if McDavid plays. Wild Bill. There you go. Marquee matchup of the day, and I don't think I would have ever thought to see the Ducks this big of favorites this year. -175 for the Ducks, now up to -190. Are you kidding me? Granted, they've played well against this Sharks team, but this line, the Anaheim Ducks are coming in off of the loss in their last game. I like the Ducks as a dog, not a big favorite. That's an absolute. This is 100% Sharks or no bet. The Anaheim Ducks have their 2-game winning streak snapped against Toronto in their last game, that 3-2 loss. San Jose is coming in off of back-to-back dismantlings. They lose 6-1 to the New York Rangers, and then on a second half of a back-to-back, lose 8-1 against the LA Kings. And this is a Sharks team that once they start getting into a bad rhythm, they continue to lose some more. They're 20-44-9 this year, 20-53 on the money line for those counting. However, I'm not laying this number with the Anaheim Ducks. Just pretty plain and simple. Not going to happen. It'd be Sharks or no bet at this number. But I don't feel the need to force action on this game. Who are these people, Rob? They're players in the NHL. It's a great game. Ducks team total over. And then Leo Carlson over 1.5 points. I can see that. Good young player there. Maybe looking to step up with Macklin Celebrini on the ice, with Mel Smith on the ice on the opposite side. I can see that. Final game on the card. The LA Kings taking on the Winnipeg Jets. -120 for the Kings. Total 5.5 in this game here. Taking a look at this matchup, obviously we know how dominant the Kings have been at home ice this year, 27-4-4. They're coming in off of that dismantling win over the San Jose Sharks on the second half of a back-to-back. They beat them 8-1. Winnipeg on a 3-game winning streak now. They beat Washington, New Jersey, and Vancouver. Cash with the puck line with them the other day on Sunday with Winnipeg. And Winnipeg will continue on their road trip after this, heading to Vegas and Utah. It's probably Kings or no bet for me in this one here. At this number, I think there's value on the Kings, even at -120, -125 range. Against the Winnipeg Jets. The Winnipeg Jets are probably coasting a little bit here. This is a Kings team that they're going to go hard the rest of the year. Why? Because they want to still hold off the Edmonton Oilers for that spot, for that home ice advantage in that series. Because we've seen the home road dichotomy for the LA Kings. They are awesome at home. They struggle on the road. And if the Edmonton Oilers get home ice advantage, they're winning that series. The only way the Kings have a chance against the Oilers in the playoffs, they have to get home ice advantage. So they're still motivated here. So yes, this would probably be Kings or no bet for me. Kings or no bet. Stars are creeping up on the Jets potentially for that 1 seed. They're at 102 points. The Jets are at 106. So kind of interesting there. Kings are no bet here for me. Kings are no bet. Jackson Lacombe, plus 455. There you go. Don't go swimming with the Sharks. Learn a lesson. I didn't. Took them over the Rangers, Nick. I did because the Rangers were in a bad spot, and they came through in a bad spot, so they look good there. I'm on Calgary money line in the over. I'm against that 100%. Kings puck line or skip it. Fair. But that is everything. Oh, 1 second. Jets team total over? Maybe. That could feel like a playoff type of game, though, between the Kings and the Jets. But that is everything for today's card. If you guys have not already, hit that thumbs up button, subscribe to the channel, turn on those post notifications so you guys are notified each and every time we are live here at ESB, which is every single morning, anywhere between 10 and 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. We'll head back to the chat one last time, and then we will get into it here. Just need 3 goals. Fair? Under 9.5, I'm not even going to entertain that. Nope. That's ridiculous. Honestly, if you're laying minus 4,500, I hope you lose. Because I want people to learn that laying that type of juice is stupid. But that's going to do it for this one. I want to thank you guys as always for watching, and we'll catch you guys same time, same place tomorrow for another edition of the Earle Sports Bet Show. Good luck, everyone.